Hello, everybody.
Whoa.
Whoa. Now I have to remember what the other music was that I had playing a second ago. I'm like, wait, what was that? So
super peaceful music, right? Just
no,
super peaceful.
It was like
super peaceful,
super
just
creepy, tastic
lovely
music.
lovely, calm,
Mm-hmm.
not dangerous at all.
Is it this one? I want to say it's this one. We'll try that one. So anyway, hi everybody. Wait, hi everybody. I'm like, there's my camera. It's been a long time. It's been like, I think 2 months since I last streamed like anything at all. So it's been a long time. Lots been going on. Pre-screening and I got married, so that's why we were gone for a while. So
Woo-hoo.
thank you. And then just family stuff and life, and it's been, and I know that like in some of the other games, I think stuff's been happening, and it's just the curse of summer, right? This all the stuff happening. But summer's gone and it's now fall and we can get back to shit, right? So I'm very
weather.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
so
no,
nice now. The weather's much cooler.
It's snowing here.
Is it?
Well, I
We
mean,
had a
No.
snowstorm yesterday.
I
off
guess
and
we're not
on.
in the 80s anymore, but you know,
Yeah.
Western Washington, we should be rainy and cold by now, and we're like still in our 70s. It's weird.
San Diego had a little bit of rain, and it was like slightly chilly. So I was like, "Oh yay! I can wear a long sleeve shirt."
We got
I
a
was
little
so
rain over the
excited.
weekend, but not that cold.
And then meanwhile, Siva and her blizzard.
Oh, we've got like half the provinces under basically the roads are all closed.
Oh wow.
Jeebus.
Yeah, wow.
Hmm.
Well, it's so nice to see all of you. And I know that we have, I don't hear any music playing. Do you? Is it just super low? Let me try
Nope.
to fix
No music.
it. Oh, it was just really low. Now can you guys hear it?
I hear something, yeah.
I can see that I should hear
Yes.
it, but I'm not hearing it.
I'm with Siva. I can see that something's trying
Yeah.
to play.
It's really
something's.
low.
I hear it. It's like a. There we go.
There we
It's
go.
there.
Okay. All right. And chat, just let me know if it's too loud or too quiet or what's going on. But
I can see it, but I can't hear it.
I had to turn mine up just a little bit, but once I did
I
that,
I tried turning it like up
Oh.
ridiculously, and I still can't hear it.
I
may
will.
have to.
I'll restart it for you, and maybe that
Okay,
will help.
thanks.
So we'll try that. So just getting the tech under control and everything. It's okay. It gives people time to tune in if they want to. I know it's been a long time, so hopefully our viewers haven't given up all hope on us. They'll come back. They'll
We
come
can let
back.
them know, you know,
Yep.
they know the summer's weird for us.
That's true. That's true. So yeah, welcome everybody, and we probably should recap, I imagine, because it's been a while. I did rewatch the last episode earlier today while I was working. I had it kind of playing in the background and fast forward through some things, basically more focusing on the last bit. But we'll kind of recap things in a little more general sense and then go into more details toward the end. So this is, for those who might not have seen our show before, this is Chimera Collective. And this particular mini series is Darkness in Darvasta. We do have a few other Chimera Collective adventures that you can find on our YouTube page for Behold Roleplay if you want to check those out. This one takes place in a place called Darvasta, which was recently wrecked in like this civil war that occurred. And our agents of the Chimera Collective have been tasked to kind of investigate what's going on in this region, because they've been hearing reports of some dark forces, the rise of a rebel group that's trying to cause unrest among the tentative peace that has been brought about between these two factions. And so they're kind of undercover as sort of just mercenaries looking for hire, just kind of taking jobs as they come in this war-torn region where that has recently gotten some funds to start repairing and rebuilding. And so that is what our agents are up to. They're using this as a cover to see if they can find out what bigger thing is going on. Because all of these whispers, all of these strange occurrences, as well as this growing activity of this rebel group that by all accounts should be diminishing in power, seems to be growing in power without any kind of apparent like funding or backing from any of the larger groups. So they have quite the task ahead of them. They've gotten a few leads here and there, even making contact with a few individuals who they suspect could be a part of one of the rebel groups via some letters that they found on some bodies in one of the battlefields, a minefield. Kind of infiltrating. That meeting went fairly well. A little hard to tell, but I think Sybil probably walked away feeling fairly confident with the contact that was made. It wasn't... She could probably get the sense that this group is very secretive, and so if they do have a lead on something, she kind of played it cool, and that seems like the best call in the situation. And we'll see what kind of comes of that. So contact has been made with what they suspect could be a certain section of this group. They have been tasked by the mayor and the townsfolk to do a few things. They did handle a bomb earlier, and that was in a minefield, so they were able to successfully do that. And now they're after... They had an encounter in the farm where they heard some barking and they saw signs of this creature that shouldn't be here, a creature that they suspect is a hellhound, and they've traced it back to this ruined church in the forest, which happened to be near, fairly close to this site where they were trying to meet up with this rebel faction, this rebel group. So moving on from that part, they approached this ruined church in the middle of this dark forest. And upon arrival, they see land covered in gravestones and crypts and darkened trees and absolutely devoid of any form of life or unlife, which is strange for a cemetery and put Cephas pretty off. Disturbed them to see that there was not the expected shades. You know, not seeing any kind of aggressive ones is one thing, but usually there's images, there's something, specters of some kind, always roaming places where the dead are laid to rest. So the fact that there wasn't anything seen through their special goggles that they can use to kind of see that other realm, the nether realm, if you will, is an unsettling discovery for the group. Or at least for Cephas. Fudge also was pretty disturbed. Upon hearing that, he, using his skills with nature, taking a close look around, noticed there seemed to be the same strange void in terms of living beings as well, which Crystal confirmed through her scope, finding no signs of warmth or life, and in the middle of what should be a vibrant forest or wood. That's odd. So, approaching further, they see a blood trail of smears going down a path through the gates of the church and going up towards this ruined, slightly burned, not slightly actually, it looks like the church was full on bombed, but going into the ruins of this church and beyond our sight. Approaching the gates, they did catch sight of a few individuals, not living but not dead, kind of shambling humanoid figures. One figure got a little too close to the group, passing through the gate, as the group lay in ambush and coup de grace the hell out of this little zombie. Which is where we more or less ended the last episode after totally murking this zombie that had walked through the gate upon hearing sounds of your arrival. I'm going to go ahead and move us back over to the map overlay. Let's see if we can. Of course, I don't know why the map is not showing. Let me find that out real quick. Should be.
There you go.
Okay, cool. Did it go away again? Or is it
For a hot
okay.
second, but it's back.
All right, cool. I'm still kind of learning how this works. I did do, I followed Azarin's great suggestion last time, and I started a dummy account on Roll20 to go into player view so that I could have my DM view. And with this many tabs, though, on only 3 monitors, there's bound to be a few little issues here. So
get another monitor.
I know, yeah, I should just be like Raven and have 50 million monitors.
7. There's
7. Sorry, 7. Jesus.
See,
Only
Steve steps in real
7.
fast on that one. She's like,
Or is it? It's 5 or 7. It's
My
a lot.
goodness.
You know it's an odd number.
Yeah, that's a lot. I envy him. Okay. So, I mean, that's me kind of gleaming over a lot of this because I didn't want to spend forever updating everyone. So if you want to get more details, please watch our previous episodes as we are into episode 7. But since it had been so long, I wanted to at least give kind of a bare bones reminder to everybody of what the heck we're doing here, what our purpose was. So that's where we're dropping y'all off. Guys, you've just stabbed to death this zombie. His corpse has been shoved to the side, and this creepy, blood-stained, ruined church is ahead of you. What would you guys like to do?
get in without having the other zombies notice us, hopefully.
Uh,
I feel like we had a game plan of some kind, and it's been so long I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I know. I know we had a plan to get in there, and I'm like, yeah, nope.
well, I would assume we want to try to stay as quiet as possible and pick these things off outside, right? We can see like a few of them, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, the ones on the map currently are the ones that are currently in view that you guys have line of sight on.
So we can do that, and it might be a good idea because we definitely want to clear a path out if we need to make a hasty exit.
Oh, sorry, I just wanted to make a note. Kieran did place protection from good and evil on Fudge, so please keep that in mind. Sorry, continue.
That's okay. And if I remember correctly, we couldn't sense any of these beasts from where we're currently at, but since the church, the inside of the church is pretty well sealed off, right? Or we can't, there's not like a lot of gaps in the walls and stuff like that.
There's some gaps, but there's a lot of the debris has fallen in a way that it's like overlapping itself, if that makes sense. So it's almost pitch black in there. And
Okay.
with the tree cover and the trees kind of all around this area and just the general darkness and the fog, this mist that is perpetrating this whole area, that there's no sunlight coming through, the clouds are completely covering it, so it's very dim, and the inside of the church is almost pitch black from what you can see through the slots. Directly in front of you looks like the remnants of a large, heavy wooden door that's partially off its hinges and kind of leaning on the other door. So it looks like potentially that could be an entryway, or you can maneuver around to different areas of the church to try to find another entrance.
Yeah, we could pick them off one by one and hopefully skirt this thing and see if we have what our best options are for going in. I mean, with the blood trails going up to the door, I'm not sure if we want to go in that way.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to make a lot of noise going through that door. We should definitely go around.
Do we want to see if we can go around and continue to basically attract these things to the fence line and do as we just did, or?
Like that'd probably be the best idea. I don't think we want to have them all up, on us. Especially we don't know if they're the kind that pops and makes a mess, because those are nasty.
Well, last time after we murked that one guy really quick, his hand came off and started coming back to life, if I remember correctly.
That is correct.
So, and then we all murked that pretty quickly too. So I think once we kill them, they got to be dead.
Do you think if we try to kill one that we'll attract them all at once, or do you think we can pick them off one at a time?
Depends on how noisy we are.
I only see 3 of them. I'm more worried about what's in the church coming out than what's out here so far. Because we got this fence line, or this line. We can use this fence line or this wall to keep a barrier for the ranged people. I mean, I'm gonna charge in. Makes sense for me to run in there. Me and Muffalo. We'll bash them around.
Bring them all to the fence line.
If we want to bring them to us, I believe I can do that quietly, one at a time.
I mean, that would be ideal. Would it require us walking around this fence the whole time, or would it bring them to here?
They would have to be within 30 feet or so of me.
It's not so bad.
But yes, I can approach and then guide them over to us.
I mean, I think it's at least worth a shot. The downside to this plan, and I'm just putting this out there, I have a lot of metal in my body and it's not exactly the quietest.
Oh, me too, and I clank a little bit.
So, we might be in for it if we take the wrong step.
And if I shoot him, it's gonna make a noise as well. So I got the range, but it ain't gonna be quiet.
And it's
Perhaps
going to
we
attract
can-
anything that's inside.
Yes, we can all stay here, except for myself. I can go attract them one at a time, lead them back here, just like we did with the first one.
I think that's the best plan we have so far.
Let's try it.
One that is just over there, and I point to the closest one here. I believe that should be within range of me. I don't need to move for that one, so we can use it as a test.
Let's do it. I'm gonna get right next to the I think there was a gate here, right? That was open. And
Yeah, there's the gate has been broken off and is laying on the ground in front of you, but this is a part of it's sort of like what's in front of you is a stone archway that once had an iron rod gate that would have been locked by a key, but the gate has been torn off of its hinges and lays off to the side of the ground in front there. But the stone wall is still all across and all around, broken in a few places a little bit, but still pretty much intact around the entire church property. So this is the main easy way through. The fence or the wall goes up probably about 7 feet. 8 feet in some places.
Me and Muffalo can get on one side, and then Sybil, if you want to get on the other side of the way, and then we just whatever comes in, we just barrel it.
Yep. Just completely thrash it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go on the side opposite of Fudge and hunker back so that I'm not super visible. But
I'll just say, like, I'm just readying my action. Like, the moment something steps through the gate, it's getting a spear right in its face.
Understood.
Same with my sword.
Krista will draw her rapier.
So once it looks like everybody is kind of ready to jump one of these things, if it gets within range, I'm going to direct my attention to this one here. And I am going to summon my mage hand right next to it. And then just use the mage hand to kind of tug at it a little bit to get its attention. And then just keep doing that to slowly lead it in the direction of us, if it's dumb enough to follow the hand.
It is. It's
I love it.
senses movement, and that's gonna intrigue it enough to get it to move. So that's very clever use of mage hand. So as you tug this zombie, he kind of
Minecraft noises.
Mhm.
He's in range.
I'm gonna hit him.
Yep.
Okay, roll attacks.
Can I roll one as well, or?
Yeah, go
Wait.
for it. It's a surprise the zombie was not really expecting. He just was curious as to what's happening.
I got a dirty 20.
I got a something. It's 25.
Okay,
Yeah, 25 to hit.
all that hits.
25 as well.
Jesus, okay. Yep.
Mine's 11 damage.
Okay, and you see one arm not flies off, but just gets severed off, but continues to kind of try to crawl towards Sybil.
I have to stab the hand.
I got 12 piercing.
Okay. The one of the zombies. Oh, hold on. I have to roll for this again. Okay. The other, one leg is severed, and kind of in this awkward motion, still kind of tries to wiggle towards Fudge,
Gosh.
using his like stump his foot, just kind of trying to kick towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was that all the hits?
7 damage here.
7 damage.
Also piercing.
Okay, and the other arm also gets just slocked off. Oh wait, piercing? It was piercing damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's just normal damage. Okay. So that was... Oh, I didn't even check. I was looking at something else. So it was 11 damage, and then 12 damage, and the last one was...
7.
7.
Thank you. Okay. Zombie's still technically up. And now we're gonna go ahead and roll for our little mini initiative here on this zombie and his limbs.
Oh, gee. Are you pulling? Okay.
So he had... Yep, himself. There's an arm. There's his leg. Okay.
That 0 initiative, though.
For some reason I
I just
can't
don't wanna
seem
pick
to
up on
enter my
that.
initiative, and I don't know why.
It might be because other people are entering theirs
Oh.
before you have a chance to hit enter.
Yeah,
It does
got it.
that.
Yeah, got it.
The stuff that makes rage come out of me.
Yeah, I had to
Hate
put my deck score at the end of mine just so I knew it wasn't just me forgetting to put my numbers in. The problem is when you have a negative to your initiative.
Mhm.
The zombies
Do you-
do too.
Do you even bother at that point? It's like
0.08.
I've gotten
wow.
some good one.
Wow.
Yeah. 0.08. That's a... I rolled a nat 1, okay?
Damn. Alrighty. Well, Crystal, it looks like you're up first. After the surprise
Okay.
round resolves.
Well, still trying, because we did talk about, sound. I will attack again with my rapier. So this is a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
And oh, wow. Max damage for me, so that's 11.
Oh. Zombie.
zombie kebab.
Yeah, you just kind of pierce it into his like chest area, and just more of his body slips off. But he looks really worse for wear. I mean, he already looked pretty bad, but the kind of light in its eyes is flickering. But still technically standing. Anything else? Any movement or anything you want to do?
I think I'll stay where I am.
Okay.
And I just, at this point, I don't, no, I don't think at this point I want to do any sort of, like, I can do 2-weapon fighting though, right, as a bonus, so I could also attack with my dagger?
Yes.
Yeah, so a second attack then with my dagger.
Okay.
So that's a 17 plus 6 is 23.
That hits.
And d4 plus 3. Oh, boy. So that's 5 damage.
That was enough. As the zombie, you kind of do this next
No,
slash.
I'm sorry. Just a minute. That's not. It's 1 and 3. So that's 4 damage, not 5.
That's still exactly what you need. So you kind of take your dagger and stab it up into the head of the zombie, and when you try to pull your dagger out, the entire head just comes with it on your dagger, kind of stuck on there, and you have to kind of try to shake it to get it off, scraping it on the side of the wall to try to get this head off, and all of the limbs go still.
And is the head moving in any way other than being stuck onto my dagger?
No, it's gone still.
Okay.
God, Roll20 is different now. I'm like not used to either that or it's just been a while. I'm just trying to get to what am I on? I'm on the right thing. I was trying to put the X on him. There it is. That's what I was trying to do. Nope. Yep. There we go. Done. Okay, I'm gonna roll something on my end.
Okay.
Can you all roll stealth checks for me to see how stealthily all that action was? All the stabbing and...
Very stealthy.
Sure.
Oh
my
look,
dice rolled nice.
I have disadvantage on stealth checks.
Me too.
You're
Me
not a
three.
very stealthy group, are you?
No. But we keep trying.
I've never been a quiet killer, unfortunately. 9.
Okay.
9.
11.
5, and Muffalo got a 16.
Okay.
I also got a 16.
So, yay for Buffalo and for Cephas.
Third
But
highest check. Woohoo!
that was a fail for everybody else on this particular thing. You hear coming from almost directly in front of you from inside the church this unnatural, like, deep growl sound.
Well, shit. Does it sound like it's moving, or is it just the growl?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Like, that does not sound like a friendly puppy.
That is going to be a 7.
Okay. Yeah, it almost sounds a little echoey, like you're not really quite sure. You can tell it's coming from in front of you, but that's all you can tell. You just hear this deep, almost resonating, and it gets you. Like people say, when in the jungle or in Africa and stuff, when you hear like a lion roar, it's just this sort of like this primal fear just overtakes you. You're kind of starting to feel a bit of that from the sound of this guttural growl, this unnatural sound. Deep and beastly. And it's getting louder.
Hearing that, I think I'm going to go ahead and cast False Life on myself to give me just a bit of temp HP for whatever's about to come.
Okay. Can I get perception checks from who's near the gate? It looks like Crystal, Fudge, Cephas. You guys are the only one that might have an angle on the thing that I am trying to see if you're saying.
19.
Okay.
That is going to be a nat 20 for 24.
An unnatural 20.
Okay, so yeah, you all see this. These large red glowing eyes appear right here. Just beyond, there's like a little opening of where the door is kind of hanging loose. And it was this dark opening, but you just see the darkness and 2 red glowing eyes. And that snarling is getting louder.
I didn't see any ping, so is it the front door?
Right here. No ping?
No ping.
Oh,
No ping.
I'm on the wrong. Okay. So you see the ping here.
Oh,
There we go.
there's a ping.
There's the ping. And right as you see that, right as you see the eyes, something, this large, dark, furred figure bursts forward. The heavy door that was in front of it gets kind of jettisoned forward, and he starts charging. And we're going to have you guys roll initiative as the Hellhound, one of the Hellhounds appears.
I get a different initiative.
Yay.
Could you do that ping again, just for the heck of it? Because I'm not sure what happened. Okay, I did see that, but I still don't have music.
You still don't have me. You might need to restart yours.
I did restart.
Okay.
Like a couple times. So if you want
That's weird.
Did you connect
you
the link?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
because she
restarted it
restarted
back.
and then I have to restart. That's right.
Yes.
That's okay. I need to do battle music anyway, so this is fine.
Oh, perfect.
We will just switch to battle music.
Yeah, when you restart, it basically kicks you out of the queue, and she has to re-queue everything up.
Perfect. Thank you.
Was that what I wanted? I don't think that's
Very
what I wanted.
uppy.
Yeah, it's
Like it.
upbeat. The last one was creepier.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not.
not what I wanted.
This is what we can
Shut
bop
up.
to, is we're beating
Shut
the
up.
shit out of this thing.
Yeah.
I think this
Okay,
might...
this seems a little little spookier, less fun.
Oh, I'm trying for like sort of a rock
I don't know.
undertone.
Actually, now I feel like we could. It's like a slower bop that we can beat the shit out of stuff to.
That's fine. That's the intent.
Oh, now it's
Yeah.
He's a hellhound. It has to be rock music for hell stuff.
Yeah.
Is this one of the tracks from the
Avernus?
Avernus?
Yeah.
Oh,
Avernus has a
all
lot
of
of
that
great.
music.
It got
So good.
great hell music. So yeah. All right. Do I need to clear these, or did you already start entering your new ones?
I already put my new one in.
I have not. I can.
I'm gonna hold on, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and clear it.
Return to clear.
Yeah, I'm gonna clear it, and then let me add everyone back along with our puppy.
It's a fluffy puppy.
I'm gonna move the zombie out of the way so he's not getting caught up
Not
in this.
tripping over his body.
More, I just didn't want to add him to the turn order.
Both you guys got the same initiative. Muffalo
Well, me,
and Fudge.
Muffalo goes on my turn.
Oh, that's right.
basically. So
I forgot that.
I just he suffers from my inability to roll.
Okay, it looks like none of us can roll initiative today.
Puppy did. Puppy did pretty good.
Did Siva enter hers?
I'm trying. There. Third time's a charm.
At least one of us got above a 10.
Because I got shit last time.
That is the lowest initiative I can physically roll.
Oh, that was me last time. Sorry.
All right, do I need to readjust it, or yeah, I need to readjust it a bit. There we go. Yeah, wow, low, guys. Wow. All right. Chat, let me know if the music is too loud. I'll turn it down just a smidge there on my end for chat. All right. So puppy first. Yay.
Know how I feel about that statement.
And as it... Go ahead and reveal him. As it rushes forward, you notice another set of growling and red eyes, as there seems to be two in the pack coming out together. They rush forward. Let me try something. Let's see here. Trying to remember the rules for jumping. Look up. Where am I? There's my DM guide.
Jumping is an athletics check, I believe. It depends what type of jump you're doing, if it's vertical or horizontal.
Be up a wall.
'Cause there's
Vertical.
So vertical. Running, jump. So I'm
Yeah,
trying to see.
So jumping depends on strength score. So a long jump is
I think it's double the modifier.
you cover a number of feet up to your strength score with a long jump if you move at least 10 feet beforehand.
Okay.
And then a high jump is a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier.
Okay, so if he ran up. Well, say the first one again for me. Sorry. Thank you. I appreciate your help.
Distance equal to your strength score.
Distance equal to your strength score. Okay. The running leap. Okay, so you should. It's like a 7-foot wall. Should be able to clear the wall. If he passes. So I would probably need to do an athletics check to see. I'm just going to do an athletics check just to see as well, because I think he has the capability, but I'm going to have him do a roll as well, because there's moss and it's slippery and shit, so his paws could slip as he's using it to kind of help launch him off. And he got a nat 1. Okay. So this dog is about to do some sweet maneuver off this wall to get on the other side of you guys, and hits a patch of some slippery moss, and kind of bashes his head into the wall instead.
Does he take some stunning damage because he's backed into the wall?
He's pretty hardy,
Yeah.
so...
It's a nat 1?
It's a nat 1, you're right. Okay. That's fair. Alright, he takes a little damage. Poor puppy. He was gonna do something real cool, too.
Yep.
Poor puppy.
All I
Alright.
can think is the video of the huskies that run and then their feet just go out from underneath them and they like, start rolling.
Yep, that's pretty much what just happened. I mean, he didn't roll, but he slipped down.
Well.
Yeah.
He probably could have rolled, but then there was
Yeah.
a wall.
Buddy, your cool moment just got ruined, but hopefully the other one will have a cool moment. So the one in front of you guys rushes up, opens his mouth wide, almost unhinging its jaw, and you see kind of deep in the back of its throat this sort of glowing red ember sparking and filling his throat and then bursting forth a cone of fire right in front of you guys. So I'm going to need dexterity saves from, let's see, 15-foot cone. That's Fudge, Muffalo, Sefthi, Crystal, $15. Kieran. Wait, I'm trying to think of how it would spread.
Well, it depends.
It's
It
from
depends
the
on
point.
how
If
he's
it's-
angling it. So
is
if
it-
he's going
He's
down,
here.
it's gonna go.
Where's the first spot? Because it's going to hit one spot in front of it. So it can hit
So
here
he's
or it
gonna
can hit
rush
here.
in there because
Okay.
that's a space he can move into, and then he's
So
coning it out. It's a 15-foot cone.
it basically hits one square in front of them, 2 squares in front of that, and 3 squares in front of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Okay. So
So if he hit Crystal, then he'd hit back here. Yeah.
yeah,
So he'd hit
square.
here, he'd hit this one and this one. And these 3, or if he angles it, is this the wall right here? Or
This is the
opening?
archway. It's the opening.
Okay.
So
he could hit down and hit 2 across here and 3 across there.
Yeah.
Depends on his angle.
so that will get Fudge, Crystal, and then Sefthi and Kieran.
Mhm.
Thank you. It's been a long time, guys. So give me dex saves, all those people. From this cone of fuego coming at your face.
Got a 6.
That is a
19.
fail.
19.
That is a pass. So you'll take half damage.
I got a 15.
15. That is a pass. You'll take half damage.
I got a 3.
That is a fail. Full damage.
Oh.
Alrighty. Let me roll. 2, 3. To roll these twice. That's fine. Ooh, ouch. That's very high numbers. That's really high. Ooh.
I'm not. Not feeling too good about the people who are taking full damage.
That'll be 26 points of fire damage.
Ow.
Glad I gave myself that temp HP.
And half for those of you who saved. As the fire just this insanely scalding hot and just this overwhelming scent of sulfur just hits you in the face and or just all around you as you try to shield from it. But it's just searing.
That changes what I'm doing this round.
A little bit.
That's all it can do though. So that brings us to, and I'm gonna say the dazed puppy is still trying to figure his shit out. So, because he failed so hard in the wall, I'm not giving him. He failed me. He's not getting anything else today, this round. So Sybil, what would you like to do?
Hang on a second. I just want to check one thing because it's been a little bit.
There.
So I saw the fire come out through the opening. Well, I can't see around the opening from my angle. I'm gonna go ahead and step into it, assess what's happening, and then I'm just gonna bring my sword forward, just try and hack into this thing. So, and that's a natural 20.
Ooh, nice.
So I'm gonna go ahead and expend a spell slot and do Divine Smite on that too.
Yeah, yes you are.
On that second level. So let's see. Double the dice or roll the dice twice, right? That's what we're doing here.
What did we do before? I think it was
Are we brutal for the thing or not? That's the question.
I think it was you roll the dice
okay.
and then double the
dice and
damage. Yeah,
Okay. The full damage or just the dice damage?
just the dice.
That's what I thought. Okay. And Divine Smite is going to be 3d8. It's not a. Is it a fiend or an undead?
It
So I get more damage for this.
yes, it is.
Okay. It's actually pretty good. For me. So that's a. Except for that one. That one sucked. $52 points of damage. Do you need it broken out between radiant and non-radiant?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Not
52 points of damage.
Jeebus.
Then I'm more slice into this thing.
So what does it look like when you do this?
Well, it's got its mouth all open wide from releasing that breath, and I'm just gonna go right into its mouth with the sword.
And it just like glows. This kind of just bright light just glows and lights up this sword as it starts searing through the jaw of this creature, cutting the jaw clear off and continuing on through the back of the head, decapitating it at the jaw as the thing, you just immediately kill it.
Wow.
Damn.
You just one-shotted a hellhound.
I did. Yay, Divine Smite.
Yeah.
Let me mark off my spell a little fast before I forget. In that case, I'm going to step over its corpse to get at the second one with my second attack.
And I have a second attack.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just my first attack. That one was, I can math. 23 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And, we'll just let this be a normal attack. Let other people get, some action. I don't know why I rolled that dice. I'm being an idiot. It's gonna be 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
What do I have for bonus action? Yeah, that'll be all I'll do. I'll save that for later.
Okay.
You're a pretty die. You can sit out for me. You rolled well.
Kieran? see the smoke coming off of your slightly charred friends.
Yeah, I am. Well, seeing that one of them is dead. Hmm. Let's see. I wasn't expecting that thing to die so fast.
It was I.
Neither was I.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna do this instead. I'm gonna burn a. I'm gonna burn a 3rd level slot for mass healing word. So up to 6 creatures I see within 30 feet of me get a D4 plus my spellcasting modifier. Okay, not horrible. So everyone gets 8 points of healing.
Very nice.
Thank you.
And I am going to back up a little bit because that hurt. So I want to get out of that blast radius. That's all I can do.
Alrighty. Crystal.
Okay. It's been a while. I just want to double check I can do this. Can I have my blunderbuss in one hand and my pistol in the other?
No. Blunderbuss
So
is
if I-
two-handed.
So if I use my blunderbuss, do I still get a second attack then, or I can only have a second attack?
You can drop
with-
it. You can drop your blunderbuss, and I'll allow you. I think you have a feat. Let me see.
Yeah, I have the feat for the...
Or you can, like, quick draw or... Let's see. Crystal. Don't forget your trick shots. It might not say here, but I think
Okay, and I'm looking at my dual wielder feat here. You can draw or stow a two-handed weapon when you would normally be able to draw or stow only one.
that's what I was
So
trying to. Yeah,
I think it's
that's
the
what I was
dual
trying to find.
wielder feat that
Yeah.
allows me to do that. So,
However, correct me if I'm wrong, you're a 5th level fighter, aren't you?
mhm.
Specializing gunslinger? You get an extra attack at 5th level.
Mm-hmm.
You can take 2 attacks.
So I could just do 2 shots with the blunderbuss.
Yep.
Yeah.
That-
You still
yeah.
get to take a bonus action attack for the dual wield.
Okay, well, why don't I just shoot at it twice with the blunderbuss then? That's
Okay.
probably my better choice, really, in this case, I think. Yeah. Okay. So, first shot, but it's 2 separate attack rolls, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So the first one is a dirty 20.
That hits.
Okay. Do you want the damage on that before I go forward?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna need more dice.
I had to throw extra d8s in my bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I'll just grab one later.
It'd be nice
Okay.
if you guys could roll below a 20 to hit. I would like that very much.
You know what? It gave us crap initiative so we could roll high.
Apparently.
So the first hit is a total of 14 damage.
Dang. Okay.
And, okay. The second attack is a 21.
That hits. I am going to say that Crystal would need to move forward to get a line of sight on him. You need to be right there. I just moved you forward one. If you're all right with that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just having a look here. I also have... There was something about,
Welcome, Raiders, Mercs of Mischief.
Is it sharpshooter? that you're
Happy to
thinking of?
have you.
sharpshooter. Yep.
I don't think it would help with a 7-foot solid wall, though.
Yeah, and
But they
that's
help with
talking
path
about
cover?
cover. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah. So that doesn't apply there. So the damage on this one is 6 plus 7 is 13 plus 3, so 16 damage for the second shot.
Nice. That's really good damage.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for reminding me about the second attack at level 5. I'm still
No problem.
remembering I'm level 5.
This
Yeah, I had to remind myself, too.
the hound
Thanks,
howls more like howls in pain loudly. Sefty.
Well, I think I'm going to start by just kind of shuffling past my friends here to go up to there. And I think I'm going to use my action to do a perception check in the area. Because we're making a lot of noise, and I would like to know what is now coming our way.
Yep. Go ahead and roll that perception check.
That's a really good call.
And that is going
Yeah.
to be a 21.
Very good. Very good. You see, you kind of do a quick look around, and at first you don't see anything in the immediate area. You do notice that the two zombies have definitely noticed what's going on and are kind of shambling in the direction. You also see in some of the graves one here. There's not a full zombie right now, but you see the hand of something pulling itself out of the ground there. And you also, it was a 21, right?
Yep.
You also catch sight, you kind of look, you get some weird sense, and you look behind you and up. And where the tower of the church has fallen, you see kind of crouched down, getting ready to pounce down on you guys is another hellhound.
Okay. The hellhound seems like the most dangerous thing at the moment. So if I'm able to, just with the rest of my turn, I'm gonna whistle to get the attention of my friends, and then just point at the hellhound.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I can and will do.
Alrighty. And you seeing that one up there, you can you hear what sounds like there's probably at least one more up there, but you don't have line of sight on it yet.
Gotcha.
But with the 21, I would say you hear sounds. It sounds like more than the one.
Okay, so maybe when I point up at it, I'll like point and then I'll hold up 2 fingers.
Okay. Fudge.
going to assume that I saw and heard Sephi do that.
Yeah, and you look up, and from your angle, you can actually see the second one. It's just Sephi was a little too close to see the second one.
Gotcha.
I think it would be about right there. You're just kind of seeing the top of his like ears as they're kind of moving forward, ready to pounce down.
Okay.
In these
I'm gonna
freeze frame moments.
I'm gonna step in and look at the one that Sybil attacked. How wounded does it look?
Looks real fucked up. His teeth, these long, sharp, white, blood-stained teeth. A lot of them have been kind of knocked out, and he looks torn up. His eyes, like he's barely seeing through one of his eyes, and he looks real messed up.
Okay, well, I'm gonna
Lots of damage.
charge. Let's see, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna get up next to it. I'm gonna go ahead and attack it.
Okay. I will say the flames inside him are like dimming.
Good. Let's see if we can snuff him out. That is going to be for my first attack at least. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
That hits.
It will take 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And if it's still standing, I will make another attack on it.
So how are you hitting it?
I mean, I kind of ran over, shield out, spear up, and as I kind of slide past Sybil, I'm just kind of jabbing in the spear and using the spear as like a way to like slow my progress into the stop that I'm at. So like I'm using it as a way to slow me down.
And as you do this, you went to go stab for it, and you didn't intend for this, but in that same moment, the creature started to almost leap and lunge for Sybil, and as you jabbed your spear forward, it just goes straight in through like the under of the jawline up into his brain, and just kind of hangs there a little bit. And taking your spear out, it just clumps and kind of it sort of hits Sybil a bit and slides off of her armor, and then slumps to the ground.
She can handle it. She can handle it.
She's got a bit of like hellhound blood smear on her armor now, but
It's not the worst thing I've had smeared on here.
I am then going to. Okay, I don't want to get too close to these stupid hellhounds when they've got a big ol' breathy weapon. I'm gonna bring Muffalo up right next to Sephi, and I am gonna order him to hold his action or hold his attack. If something comes up to Sephi or gets within attack, like melee range of Muffalo, he's going to attack.
okay.
And then I'm gonna be done with me.
Okay. The other hellhounds are going to come forward now that they've made it far enough. And they're going to jump down and rush forward. And they like the smaller target, so he's going to go that way. This one's 50 feet. Yeah, it has enough. Let me roll to see if they biff it jumping down. They don't. They're fine. They're not as
No one breaks an ankle?
they're not as derpy as the other hellhound. Okay. Let's see.
Broken ankles, no joke, man.
I know. But from a jump that far up, and you not want it.
Actually, this one's gonna stay there.
At least a sprain.
Okay, this one is going to take a bite towards Sefthi, so it triggers Muffalo's attack.
Cool. Let's do it. That is going to be a 24 to hit. Sorry, I shouldn't have even had to do math for that one.
That hits. I would say my hit probably goes first, right? And then yours is the response.
Well, no, mine. The condition was anything that got within Muffalo's range.
Oh, okay, then go ahead.
Melee range, he
All
would
right.
attack immediately.
All right, we'll resolve yours first then,
Okay.
and I'll tell you what I got.
12 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Muffalo's big ol' bear claw come out of nowhere.
Owlbear claw.
Right over Seffi's shoulder. Tries to swat that hellhound's face out of the way.
And it kind of snarls,
Mm-hmm.
but continues to do its attack on Seffi because it was kind of lunging that way. That is a natural 20
Oh shit. Who's that
No.
on Sefthi
on? Oh no.
for this bite attack. So I'm guessing that that hits a total
Yeah.
of 25.
No, I don't think it does.
That's going to be a
Just-
hit.
Just barely misses him.
Yeah. You only just got over my 14 AC.
And then these. Okay. So that is. Oh, you're lucky I rolled low. So. So you're going to take 12 points of piercing damage plus
Oh gosh.
18 points of fire damage.
So it's a total of 30. Right?
Yes. Oh
I'm
wait, minus
so-
minus
oh.
3. Minus 3 from the piercing.
Okay.
Because I shouldn't have added the modifier in with the crit.
Okay. So let me amend the statement I was going to say, which was, I'm so about to die, to I'm so lucky I had just enough HP to stay conscious.
Okay. So yeah, you got a good bite into you, probably going right for kind of the side of your neck and shoulder, and kind of digging in, and kind of jogging you around like a gator would.
And like for the first time, Sefti's like deadpan expression changes to one of like genuine terror.
Yeah. Since the other hound is within 5 feet of his ally, he's going to get advantage on this attack. He's also going to attack Sefthi.
Oh,
Ain't right.
As
This
they
ain't
are
right.
a pack.
It ain't natural.
That's
It
funny.
hit miss.
I rolled the same exact roll on both of these dice. So we'll see if this hits. That would be a 16 to hit.
That's
Oh
gonna
my
hit.
god.
Okay. Here it comes. Here comes the pain. Sorry.
Well, it wasn't a crit, so you can't be insta-killed.
Well, I can if it's double my
If it's-
max.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It won't. I don't think it'll be that. So that's 10 points of piercing damage and 3 points of fire damage. Rolled really low on the fire damage.
I am down. I only had 3 HP left.
So you guys see your companion, despite Muffalo's brave attempts to try to steer the damage, to try to get the creature's attention away from Seffi and back onto him. These are more intelligent creatures. Well, very much more intelligent than a zombie, but these are more intelligent creatures than an average dog would probably be, and they seem to have some certain strategies together they were able to take down Sephi, and you see your companion kind of crumple to the floor as these snarling dogs with this sort of like strange, like almost acidic saliva just coming out of their mouths, do kind of this howl of just victory pierces the air as they kind of turn their attention to a new victim. And that's going to end both of the Hellhounds' turns. Bring us to Sybil.
Okay. So before I start moving, I'm going to go ahead and on the one closest to me, I'm going to cast Compelled Duel. So I'm going to need a Wisdom saving throw.
On the dead one?
On the one, no, the closest living one to me.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
What?
this is a ability I don't know about. That's more of what Sephi does. Okay, Wisdom save?
Yeah.
That would be a 15.
Okay, so that passes. I don't have a high save DC. But then I'm going to move. I think I'm going to move around it, so I'm over here between the two.
Okay.
And I'm going to reach forward and touch Sephi where she's laying on the ground. I'm going to drop 20 points of lay on hands.
Wow.
What?
Nice.
Well, I watched her go down real fast if she needs it.
Nice. Being dog food was not how I saw this day going.
So now, because Seth is back up again, does that give Sybil flanking?
There's no flanking in
There's, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's just pack tactics.
Yes, that they have.
Oh, okay,
That creature
okay.
has pack tactics, but there's no
Oh, okay,
flanking.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I for a second there, I was like, because it sometimes is a DM ruling. So for a second there, I was like, did I promise them flanking? I'm like, if so, I haven't been taking advantage of that.
It was the pack tactics.
Okay.
Blonde moment.
It's fine.
That's it, my turn, though.
It is an option. That's more of like a DM prerogative if they, your players would discuss it. But I don't think we agreed on having that in this game. So, all right. Is that it for you, Sybil? That was pretty epic save move there.
Yep.
On to our zombies who are going to shamble about at their massively fast speed of 20 feet. This one was still half pulling himself out of the ground, so I'm going to half his movement. Whopping move there. He'll use his action to dash. He'll also use his action to dash. Fine. This one could dash too. But I'll have it. Because he's still sucking dirt off of himself. Okay. So that's the zombies. All they could do was try to move in closer. Kieran?
Is this a break in the fence right here?
No, that is some bushes that have kind of grown atop the... So it's sort of grown up and over the wall.
Hard to see. Okay.
Yeah, it is hard to see. Sorry.
Not your fault. I just wanted clarification.
Yep.
Let's see. It's 5, 10. Alrighty. So I'm going to go here. Doing a double squeeze past my gun totem friend. And
For flavor, I just want to say that the creature didn't have time to catch up with you, but as Kieran kind of rushes past, for the audience's sake, there is this little clawed zombie hand about to reach out and grab her ankle just as she rushes forward. Kieran doesn't
thought
know
we-
that.
I thought we got rid of all of those.
There was some that were alerted by the flame behind you that crawled out of the ground, but it's taken them a while to get to you guys, so that's why it didn't quite get to you that turn, but it was close. It was going to get you in the next round if you'd stayed there. So, for audience flavor, there was a little clawed hand that was about to grab Kieran's ankle as she just slipped past.
I feel like the hand looks very disappointed right now. It just went.
Yeah.
Aw. Crap. Let's see. Oh, it is a 5-foot diameter. Okay, perfect. So.
Because you're in a graveyard, FYI, there's a lot of dead guys everywhere.
Who knew?
Who knew? Alrighty. So 5-foot diameter, and I think it's alright. It's been a while since I used the spell. So I am going to cast Moonbeam.
Moonbeam. Alright.
Yep. And I'm using it at 2nd level, and I'm going to run a slot for that. And I am centering it right here, so that way I can get the Hellhound.
I am looking, I think I have a cool Moonbeam thing, so I'm trying to find my cool Moonbeam effect here. There you are. Where are you putting it?
Putting it right here to catch the Hellhound and to give Fudge a little bit of cover from being surrounded. Because if
So right there?
no, because then it'll hurt Suffy
Where you had it.
and
Oh, it
There
hurts
you go.
friends. Okay.
yeah, it's indiscriminate damage.
I forgot. It's been a while since I cast that particular spell. I love that spell though.
Oh my god, crap ass damage. Oh my god. Okay.
Don't I need a
Jeez.
save?
Yeah. Let's see. Radius. Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
And is the spell just when if I'm still in there at the beginning of my turn?
I believe it's when you end your.
No,
end
it's
or
whenever
start?
you start your turn in
Start
it,
your
or
turn,
you
yeah.
enter it in for the first
First time.
time.
Okay, so I guess this will count as entering for the first
For the
time.
first time.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So what's the save? Constitution, you said?
Yep. Constitution save.
Okay.
And my save DC is.
It's probably not going to make it.
It's a 15 for my save DC.
It fails.
All right, it's gonna take a whole whopping 5 points of damage because
Got
I
it.
rolled like garbage.
Yeah, it's still 5 points of damage.
Yeah.
Well, it's radiant damage, so I'm hoping it does more than just the 5 damage. Because it just seems like more of these hellhounds keep oozing out of the church. I'm just like, yeah.
You look and you hope it would do a little more damage to it, and you know that with some hellish creatures, holy powers do seem to have more damage on it, but it doesn't seem to be affecting this beast any more than the average for some reason. Alrighty. I wish I could say it does, but it don't. Or wait, let me wait. Am I looking at the wrong thing? Yeah,
I mean,
no.
It didn't when I hit it with radiant, so.
Yep, it didn't.
Yeah. That's why I was hoping. I was
just
hoping there
double
was some
checking.
action. Yeah, I was
You
like,
would think. You would think, but no, not all hellish
Yeah.
creatures are
Yeah.
weak against that.
Yeah, Crawford jacked a bunch of stat blocks when they took over.
All right. So, anything else you'd like to do, or is that? I mean, I think that was.
I
pretty much
moved and I
what you can do.
cast.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I can do.
Alrighty. So that brings us to Crystal.
Okay. I think this is what they call a target-rich environment.
Yep.
I will attack that hellhound.
Got it.
2 shots with the blunderbuss. First shot is a dirty 20.
That hits.
Whoa. 15, 18 damage.
Wow. That is a good hit.
Yeah, it was an 8 and a 7 on the d8s, which is nice.
Very good.
Okay, second attack, same hellhound. Oh, that's gonna miss.
What's the roll?
It's gonna be a 9.
Yeah, that misses.
So
Finally, you guys missed something.
um, yeah,
Nah, this is not a terribly easy battle, so it's good you guys have been getting hits in.
yeah. I'm just gonna see. If I do an action. Oh, now I
Action
can't say it anymore.
surge.
That's the thing. Yeah. If I do that, can I take one more shot?
That's what
You
it
can take
does.
2 more shots.
2 more.
Yep.
2 more shots. I'm gonna do it. We'll aim for that second hellhound, or the hellhound I was targeting again.
Okay.
Oh dear. That is only that's a 13.
Got it.
Does that hit?
Oh, to hit. Sorry, no, that misses.
Okay.
I had not automatically assumed you guys, because you guys always hit. I'm like,
No,
13
and then
damage, okay.
The second shot is oh, that's much better. 24.
That definitely hits.
Okay, and the damage on that is 14.
Nice. You want to describe kind of what it looks like as you're kind of aiming and firing these? There's a little bit of flavor here.
Because it's the blunderbuss, I envision it as having kind of a bit of an explosive, sort of shattering kind of effect. So I would think when it hits, it's going to kind of be blowing holes. And then if it is a killing shot, I see it almost kind of exploding. You know, if it's a good shot and I go for the head, I basically see the head explode.
Cool. So the beast isn't down yet, but you see just like as shot after shot hits, like just this big gaping hole smashes into its face, into one of its chest and shoulders, into its flank. Like it's just taking these kind of gaping hole hits into his flesh as the blunderbuss hits its mark. He's looking pretty worse for wear, that one.
And that ends my turn.
Okay. Sorry, I'm fixing something real quick. I accidentally moved some damage over to the wrong dude, but I fixed it. There we go. Still looks pretty bad. Sethi, you remember falling unconscious as you were bitten viciously by two of these beasts. Pain was overwhelming, and you just kind of darkness. But then there was this bright light, and you come back, kind of gasping. These creatures are still snarling and in your face, but you're up.
Yeah, and I'm going to use half my movement to immediately scramble to my feet, because I do not need these things having advantage on me.
Good call.
And as I kind of dust myself off and orient myself, thin strips of linen begin to like snake and twist down my arm until they wrap around my hand, completely hiding it from view, so it looks like a mummy wrapped hand. But then long black claws kind of emerge from the tips of my fingers, and I just immediately thrust that hand into the neck of the hellhound in front of me.
Nice.
As I cast Vampiric Touch. So I need to make a melee spell attack against this hellhound.
Nice. Badass description.
That is going to be a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Ooh, that is decent damage, too. That is going to be 15 necrotic damage.
Ouch.
Nice.
So,
Kind of
yank
yelps.
that hand back out of its flesh. Any blood or ichor that's on the linen wraps gets like absorbed into them, and I recover half of that damage dealt as HP.
Very nice. Very needed.
Yeah.
And you hear him kind of like choking on his own damage there.
And that is the end of my turn.
Fudge.
Okay, I'm going to over next to Seth, and I'm going to jab my spear into the hound that is standing in the moonlight. Moonbeam. That is a 22.
That hits?
21
That
or 22.
also hits. Either hits.
Um,
You make up your mind though, but both will hit.
I'm not going to because I feel confident. Not great. It's 7 points of piercing.
Alrighty.
If it's still standing, I will.
To
Yeah, to
the
the-
one that you have side on with the spear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. If it's still standing, I'm going to strike it again.
It is still standing.
Okay. I'm going to strike at it again.
Okay. It looks really bad though.
That is a 24 to hit this time.
Hits.
You sure?
Yes,
Might
this
it be
one I'm
23?
confident. Math in my head this time works. Easy number to count. That is 10 points of piercing. And I'm gonna do my favorite foe, so I'll mark him and I'll deal another 1d4 of damage to him, just to be extra certain that this thing dies. That's an extra 4 points. Actually, don't know what kind of damage this is. I think it's probably just whatever my weapon is, which would be another piercing.
So, you had gotten it down to 1 point away from its death point, and then you rolling that d4, adding that little extra, that did it.
Mhm.
So, because all you needed was one more, so you did it.
Awesome.
So that was a good call, adding that last bit there. So what does that look like as he goes down?
Well, as I kind of came in for my first strike, I kind of just jabbed it into its side, and then for my second strike, I kind of just pulled out, and then just kind of went back into the exact same spot, but trying to like go straight into where I believed the heart of the creature would be to try to just like put it down like instantly.
Nice.
Very like hunterish of him.
Nice. It's a clean kill for you.
And then Muffalo is gonna growl real loud, step over, and is going to assault the other hellhound standing there. Has this one been damaged at all? I don't know if it has.
A bit. Quite a bit.
A bit? Okay. Oh, not great. Might still hit. Who knows?
Come on, Muffalo.
No, actually, it's only an 11 to an attack.
That misses.
Dang. Okay.
So as
Yeah, he just
Muffalo
swats there.
snarls at him and swipes, the hellhound kind of just evades and backs away and just snarls right back.
And that is actually... if I can, I want to just have Fudge get on the other side of Seth. And just, that's all he'll do
Okay.
for his movement. And then we're done.
Hellhound.
It isn't a target-rich environment.
He is. Muffalo can get an attack of opportunity on him if he wants.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he does. He definitely does. That will be a 22 to hit.
That hits.
And he will strike with... Oops. Eight points of slashing damage.
Okay. Wait, that's not right. I mathed that wrong. My brain doesn't want to work. It's late. There we go. I'm like, math. Simple math. I should be able to handle this. All right. So he opens his mouth again, the jaw kind of almost unhinging, that kind of crackling flame within his throat rising again. So he gets there, and then he's going to hit Muffalo, Sethy, and Fudge with this cone. So each of you give me dexterity saves. I tried to find an angle where I could get Sybil too, but too many attacks of opportunity on him for that. So
this is very natural 20.
All right, it's unfortunately it's not extra special in this case, but it does mean that you take half damage.
But it feels good to get it this time.
You're a very dodgy little round dude. You just do your little Jack Black acrobatics off something, roll out of the way.
Ooh, and
still
Kung Fu Panda moves now.
Yeah, he definitely does Kung Fu Panda moves, but still gets a little singed.
And Muffalo got a 24.
Okay, so Muffalo also will take half damage, and Sethy?
14.
Okay, so that does also save, so you will take half damage. Okay, that's much lower than the last time I rolled for this.
Yeah.
So you all take would have been 19 points of fire damage halved to 8. 9, thank you.
Sorry. It was a reflex.
Well, usually if we round down, right? But
Well, 9, if it's 19, half of 18 would be 9.
right. If it's 9. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, yep, 9. That's right. My brain no worky. 9 points fire damage for y'all. And that's all that he can do right now. He just snarls. Sybil?
We're gonna go in for another attack.
How did he snarl again?
Don't
Missed
make
it.
fun of my sound effects, okay? I try. At least
think
I
they're
try.
brilliant.
Thank you. It's more of a cat sound. I'm much better at cats.
I just wanted to hear it again.
They're hellhounds. They can sound however they want.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just looking up the rules on the Divine Smite because I want to make sure I don't do anything I'm not allowed to do. Trying to see if they limit him to how many per turn you can use.
It's per hit.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. That's what I got to. So we're gonna go ahead and go Divine Smite on this as we hit because it's going to be a 22.
That hits.
So I already know he's a fiend, so that's gonna be 3 of those plus the sword damage. So that's 24 points of damage.
Yeah, he done. What's it look
He's
like?
done?
What's it look like as you totally
You know
demolish
what?
this thing?
It just so happens that this one has its mouth open too. So first act the same as the second.
Got it. Sybil
Second act
just
same as first.
again just fury in your eyes as you see it kind of hurt and crisp up your friends. This another one dares do this bullshit, and you
Yeah.
just go. Divine smite his ass back to the hellscape he came from.
And just with the momentum, we're gonna step here and take our second attack against this zombie that's shuffling in.
Got it. He shuffles. He be
Through
shuffling.
that, but it works. So, 21.
That'll hit.
We'll also just drop the device fight on this person too, because yeah, just don't want to deal with these guys anymore.
He's over it.
So it's only gonna be 21 points of damage. Do you need the radiant broken out?
Surprisingly, no.
It is iffy on undead, so
Yep. These are kind of a hardier undead.
2 more spell slots. And yeah, that's the end of my turn.
All right, what was that damage again? 20 something.
21.
Okay. Still up,
Part of that was slashing damage though.
but it looks really messed up. Slashing damage. Okay, let me roll.
As that seemed to have a different effect.
It does, as one arm flies off the zombie as you chop into him, and it seems to try to wiggle towards, yeah, towards you. Trying to kind of grip at your ankle. Alright, that's it for you. Zombie's turn. So this zombie is going to, the one in front of you is going to do a, since you have taken off one of its arms, it can only do 1 claw attack instead of 2 and his bite attack. That claw attack is a natural 20.
Okay.
The bite for a total of 25 to hit, or not 25, sorry, total, that was the dogs. Total 23 to hit. And then the bite is a 18. Does that hit?
Nope.
Okay, 18 does
Does
not
not.
hit.
It
but-
gets a mouthful of shield.
Yeah, it goes kink. But the claw does make it through. Doing 11 points of slashing damage as he digs in kind of to some of the more sensitive joint areas of your armored body. All right, and that's it for him. And his hand is going to try to get a grip on your ankle. The 13?
Nope.
Okay.
It's too slick in its metal form.
This one's an idiot, so it's literally going to step right into the moonbeam because that's what a zombie would do. It doesn't know what it is. So, Kieran, would you like to roll up that damage for your moonbeam as the zombie just strolled on into it? And we do
Sure.
Was it a con save?
Yep, con save.
It
DC
fails.
15.
It fails.
Okay.
Very badly fails.
Much better. 17 points of radiant damage. That's what I'm talking about.
17 points to that one. I'm going to make him a... Oops. I'll make this one a certain color. I'm going to keep track of my zombies.
Long live zombie.
You could be a red zombie. You could be a normal zombie.
Zombie's kind of like a bluish green.
What was the damage again? Sorry.
17.
Got it. Looks real messed up. Alrighty. And he's gonna continue on his track through the moonbeam. Bloop. And it'll kind of stop right there. And it's gonna take a chomp. And it's 2 claw attacks, 1 bite attack on Sefthi.
Quick. I don't believe I have attacked that one yet, right?
Not this one. This one was the one that crawled out of the earth.
So it needs to make a wisdom saving throw before it can attack me.
Got it. That is a... He's probably got to have negatives. Yeah, he has a lot of negatives. Okay. 12.
Well, that's a failure. DC was 15. It has to choose a different target. It is compelled to not attack me.
So it goes and it's like... It gets like a really confused look on his face. As if like... It just doesn't understand. And instead kind of turns and then tries to go for Fudge. Instead. So Fudge is going to take all these hits. If any of them make it through. So that is going to be a 21 to hit for one of the claw attacks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
19.
Wait,
19
what?
to hit.
Sorry.
I'm just doing all the attacks. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. 19 hits. Okay. And then 8. 11.
Nope.
Okay, the bite misses. So as he goes in for the bite, you manage to block that with your spear or your shield. You use a shield too, right? So, ching! More of his teeth fall out. But he does manage to, as you thought he was about to hit Sefthi and then suddenly redirected at you. You were not anticipating that. And we're not quite braced well enough for it. And so the strikes do hit you for... 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Is that for both of them?
That was, yeah, all together.
Okay.
This zombie's gonna come forward and is gonna make 3 attacks against you, Fudge.
Mm-hmm.
16?
Misses.
Okay, all of the hits miss then.
Oh, that's good.
This one beefed it hard.
Really good.
This time you were ready for it. So as you took these bites from this other zombie, you heard the sound of a muffalo gave you a little bit of a warning, actually, just like doing a like angry growl, forcing your attention away just in time to put your shield up and stop all of the attacks from this third zombie. Kieran, you're up.
Crap, I have to use an action to move my moonbeam.
I just want to point out, Fudge looks real bad. That's all I'm gonna say. Not that you have to do anything about it. I just want the group to know it.
I know, but that means I have to step between two zombies.
You do what you gotta do.
They might mess up my pretty outfit.
Fudge's outfit looks real bad.
I mean, when does Fudge's outfit not look bad?
Poor Fudgy.
Fudge always looks good.
I am going to do a bonus action, second level healing word on the Fudgeinator. I know I have more than one fucking D4 in this pile. Where the hell are you?
She's like, I know I should heal you, but I like don't want to get touched by those undead things, so I'm just gonna stay over here and give you like a little healing.
I mean, I'm upcasting. She wants to use her moonbeam.
That's
Is
fine.
that like
yeah, I'm just
throwing him a
saying.
bandage?
Yeah, like, here, take these pills.
I just want the group to know that whatever's around me needs to die fast.
Well, I mean, you almost got max damage. So that's 7 plus 4. That's 11 points of damage. I mean, at the heal.
Oh, take it.
Damage, you know? I didn't like your outfit.
So
I knew it.
she
Saboteur.
chucked the bandages right at your head.
Yep.
You are healed.
And because I don't want to mess up Crystal's shot, I'm going to move my moonbeam over 5 feet to encompass this guy.
All right, let me move that over for you.
And this technically is his first time in the moonbeam.
All right. You got a 10 that fails.
Yeah, well, 13 points of damage.
Okay. All right, as the moonbeam comes and settles over this zombie, he kind of screams out, "Ugh!" And like you see his flesh just sizzle from this like radiant light of the moonbeam as he crumbles into just an undead mess of rags and bones to the floor.
Heck yeah. That's all she can do.
That was good. Crystal.
Okay. This zombie, 2 shots with the blunderbuss.
Alrighty.
Okay, so the first one is a 17.
That hits.
Okay.
You can roll the other damage if you want, or the other attack if you want. then
Well,
do the damage
let's
together.
just see what happens to the first zombie
Okay.
here first.
That is
so
fair.
that is 13 damage.
All right, he's still up.
Okay, and the second attack.
Or wait, sorry, no, I lied. You see just a hole go right through his cranium from that hit, blasting whatever brain matter was left in this zombie's skull. Unfortunately, all over Sephi and Fudge, as just behind you just goes.
Does somebody have prestidigitation in their group?
I do, and this is why.
You just have this undead fleshy matter and gore just all over you guys.
Okay, and so I am going to take 1 step forward to here so that I am in no danger of hitting Kieran, and I will use my second shot on that zombie.
Sounds like a plan.
And that is a 19.
That hits. Roll that damage.
And is a 6. 14 damage.
Alrighty. Alright, he's up. He's still up. But you see, like, the hole go right into his chest and out the other end. Alright.
I'm gonna have to go visit that dandy blacksmith when we get back to town.
You're like, I don't need more bullets. Sefti.
Oh, I haven't met him yet.
Oh, yeah, you haven't.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Oh boy.
He's gonna like you.
You're gonna have fun with that.
Yeah.
Oh, I am.
I feel bad for him, honestly.
So do I.
Poor
But
guy.
you know what? How often do we get to see Crystal's moving skills?
Yep.
Well, I will wipe the brain matter out of my eye and then step over here. Step right there, actually. I am still maintaining concentration on that vampiric touch, so I am just going to
Oh.
thrust that hand into the chest of this zombie.
And you rolled for concentration on those other hits you took?
That's a good point. I did not. Yeah, that's... What is my constitution here? Oh yeah, it's 19 on that concentration check.
Okay.
I did not take 19 points of damage, so
Alright.
we are good. Oh, should I use... I did roll already for the attack before you mentioned the concentration, and then I re-rolled it for the concentration,
It's alright.
and I just
does-
rolled the attack again. Should I use the first roll or this roll?
Use... Why you put me on the spot now? Use your first roll.
Okay.
He's keeping himself honest by using you as the random generator.
Yes, I was
That's
keeping
fine.
you honest and deliberately not saying that the second roll was a nat 20. The first roll was a 16, so it's going to be 23 to hit.
Oh, now I feel bad. I robbed you of a natural 20. I didn't mean to do that.
That's why I didn't mention it was a nat 20, because I wanted it to be an honest roll.
Alright, well, you're
Fair.
a good player.
I think a 23 still hits, though, right? So,
Oh, for sure. Still hits, yeah.
and that is going to be 13 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
I will get back half of that as HP.
That's a good spell.
Yeah, he's looking extremely messed up.
I don't think I have anything I can do as a bonus action, so that will be the end of my turn.
Alrighty.
Now it's time for Fudge's revenge.
Fudge's revenge.
So Fudge immediately turns around and runs away. No, I'm kidding. He's not running away. He's hurting. He's
You
still
don't think he
hurting.
does it?
No, he doesn't turn and run away. He turns and embraces this stupid creature, and he's gonna kill it because it ain't natural. The first attack is a 21,
Yes.
and it will take a whopping 11 points of piercing damage.
Alright, so you go and... where do you want to hit it? How do
Right
you
in
want
the
to do
sternum.
this? Right in the sternum?
Oh!
It is a
Yeah,
how do you
no.
want to do this.
Yeah.
It's for a little
No,
zombie,
he-
but...
Fudge looking like he's still on death's door, ready to just pass out and die. Turns around and shoves the spear right into the sternum, and then uses his shield to kind of bash up, and so that way the spear will just kind of slice up through the head of this creature,
Nice.
and then he'll just bash it, so that way it just falls over.
And it does so dead. And the graveyard goes silent once more. Once I find where my silent music is here. Let's go back. So it goes quiet, but still creepy. His last zombie falls, and Fudge is getting him off of his spear and trying. All of you start trying to clean. Those of you who got splattered, try to clean up the brain matter and whatnot that is smattered about and all the zombie guts. Occasionally you see sort of like a hand or something twitch, and you're not sure about it if it's really dead or not. You just kind of like
I stab it.
stomp on it and stab it. But after a
stab
few
it.
moments of this, finally it goes still. And you, looking around, you see that the hellhounds' bodies are crumbling and turning to complete ash, and just like a smoldering pile of almost like coals left in the center, as there's a figure left, but when you approach it and get too close to it, brush against it, the figure, that the shape of the hound crumbles from the ash that it was just what its body became. Nothing is left of it but the strong scent of the remnants of this sulfurous scent that these things leave behind. And the zombies just look like just rotting corpses left behind in pieces, but at rest.
Kieran was collecting livers at one point.
Yeah, for our recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We powdered liver of the undead.
Do the zombies count for that? So
They do, if you can find the livers. So we'll I think we're long overdue for a break because it was a big battle that we had got into. So let's go ahead and take a break, and when we come back we can look into finding powdered livers or finding livers to dry and powder. So exciting. But yeah, we're gonna take a break. That was an intense battle. Yay, you guys survived. Just few close calls, but we'll be right back, everybody. So hang tight, and yep, we'll be back. And we're back, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
So, I brought us back to the player's cam screen because we're probably going to be doing a little bit of theater of the mind soon. But you have killed a few of the zombies. If you wanted to search, I think there was claim of the possible search for ingredients? Did that want to happen?
Yeah. So I will say to Kieran. Kieran, remember before when you was collecting the liver from that zombie? Are these in too bad a shape to do that, or do you want to give it a try? I don't mind helping.
I mean, like, Kieran's gonna look around and make sure like there's nothing else crawling out the ground before she like inspects the zombies to see if anything can be harvested successfully.
There isn't anything else crawling on the ground right now.
So if I assist her, does she get to roll with advantage then?
Can I make a medicine check?
So you're gonna use, so there's a certain check I'm gonna have you do. If you do, so are you looking for the ingredient?
Yeah, I want to see if any of the dead zombies' livers are harvestable.
Okay. Give me let's do a perception check for this.
Okay. Okay, that's a 19 total.
Okay, you see a few of the bodies that seem intact enough where it's potentially good for a liver, and your medicine check will come in handy now, as you pick kind of one of the bodies, or you go do several of them. Basically, we're going to do a gathering check, and since this is for a particular ingredient that is not like something that grows, if it was something that grows like in the natural environment, we would add, like, if you had herbalism, that could add a potential bonus. But since you proficient in medicine, we'll go ahead and let you add your medicine bonus to this check. So I'd like you to roll a d20, add your wisdom modifier plus your medicine modifier.
Okay, if I'm adding... Are you sure we're going to add both?
Yep.
Okay.
Or sorry, add proficiency bonus because you're proficient with medicine. Sorry. So it'll be a d20 wisdom modifier plus proficiency bonus.
Okay. So let's see. So that's 10. All right, so that brings it down a lot. It's still going to be pretty high. It's going to be a 21.
Okay, so you are able to harvest... Let's see, 21. All right. Can you roll 2 d4s for me?
These things are hard to pick up. How'd you hard to beat? That's a total of 4.
Okay. There were 4 zombies available. Or at least 4 zombies available. If you rolled very high, I would have gotten a little creative with it. But I'm just working off this little chart here. But yeah, you were able to harvest 4 out of the 5 zombies' livers successfully. They are squishy and rotted, but that's natural for undead. With your medicine knowledge, you know that you would need to dry these out and then powder them. So there's a bit more to the process, but you have successfully harvested 4 of them. So add 4 zombie livers to your inventory.
And she's got one from before, right? From last session?
That I don't know. Do you have that in your inventory?
Did I put it in inventory?
You had opportunities to harvest, but I don't believe you guys did.
Well, I've got in my notes here, it says zombie comes towards us, we grab and coup de grace it. Severed hand starts to move, we kill that, Kieran collects the liver.
Oh, you did collect the liver from the one you killed last time? Because I watched the video and I didn't...
Oh.
I don't think that we did a gathering check or anything for that. We ended the game.
Okay.
I think maybe you had the...
Yeah,
you talked about it, but we didn't actually try. So that zombie is counted in this gathering check, so...
Okay.
It was one of the ones that was harvested in this check.
Okay.
So yeah, 4 zombie livers. Add to the inventory. And things are pretty quiet and still right now. Eerily so. Like, very dead silent.
You want to see what might be inside this church, just in case they drug something in there of use.
Real quick, I am again going to cast False Life on myself.
Okay.
Fudge looks still a little worse for wear.
4 zombie livers.
And after doing that to myself, I'm going to prestidigitate the gore off of my clothes, and then also the gore off of Fudge's clothes, because we both have several open wounds at the moment and don't need those getting infected.
That's accurate.
Let's see. I can get this back after a short rest. So
Sorry, I'm playing around with music. If the audience is wondering why it keeps changing. Not happy with anything at the moment.
all right.
Be right back.
So I'm going to give you. So Kieran's going to reach out her hand to touch you, and when she does, like these like constellation like wings unfurl from her back, and you get 5 points of
Pretty.
5 points of health restored.
You talking to you doing it to Fudge?
Yep. Okay. And then they furl back into her back and kind of like wisp away. And then because I can get this after a short rest, I'm going to enact. I'm gonna enact my Twilight Sanctuary. Oh, it's temporary hit points. Never mind. Sorry, been a while since I played her. I got a burn spell. Alrighty, hold on. I want to save that because I know we're gonna need that. So I am going to hit Fudge with a 2nd level Cure Wounds. Okay. Not bad. 13 plus 4. So that's 17 points of healing restored from the Cure Wounds. How's Fudge look?
Oh, a lot better. He looks pretty good.
Alrighty. How does Sephi look?
Not too bad after the temp HP that she gave herself.
And she's gonna look over at Sybil, even though Sybil's mostly metal, which still weirds her out.
I'm not that far down. It's fine.
And I don't think Crystal took any damage, so
No. Well,
Only the
yes.
fire damage.
Yeah, I'm fine.
mm.
I would give some sort of
Alrighty.
acknowledgement that would waive off, any healing or anything. That
Alrighty.
not me at this time.
I mean, if we're gonna go in there, who's taking point?
I will note that the front of the church has been blasted open by the hellhounds coming out of that hole, so it's more of a clear shot into the church. There is some like beams kind of crossing and overhanging, so you'll have to kind of duck to get in, but that opening is kind of blasted open for you guys because of the hellhounds coming out.
I don't mind
Fudge.
taking point, but I'm going to have to light a torch.
Fudge he'll get his shield and spear out. I'm always ready to move in.
Crystal will pull out the widow, basically for the use of the drow site.
Okay.
Or, I mean, it gives her the rifle, obviously, but she's interested in having the drow site at this point.
Noted.
I will get a torch ready, waiting for everyone else to be ready before I light it. Because I can't see in the dark.
It is very dark in the church.
Is it very dark in the church?
It is.
Oh, your silly eyes. So while they're complaining about how dark it is, Kieran is going to clasp her hands together and mumble some stuff. And then when she opens her eyes, there's like this luminescent little burst. And then basically, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So everyone but Muffalo. Sorry, Muffalo. Pretty sure you can see in the dark, kind of okay. Has dark vision up to, I think, minus 300
300 feet. It's
I don't
ridiculous.
think Fudge. Oh, Muffalo doesn't. Got it.
Muffalo.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Muffalo can see. He
Yeah,
has dark
Muffalo
vision.
can. I thought he said Fudge. but
Fudge.
Yeah, Muffalo can.
Fudge does not have dark vision.
Eyes of the night. That lasts an hour. So she goes, that only
Very
lasts like
nice.
an hour, so we can't wait around.
We won't
Alright.
be here an hour.
Pretty cool.
I think Fudge and I are taking points, so we're just going to go in 2 at a time?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So she's gonna walk up to Sybil and boop you on the nose. You now have advantage on your next initiative check.
Sweet. Still not going to be great.
I'm just giving it to you. Like maybe your die won't roll like garbage.
So as you two walk in, and one of you has to kind of walk in first because you can only fit one person under the beams at a time.
Oh, but he's tiny.
Yeah, technically
I don't
can
think he
fit-
has to duck.
I don't. I can squeeze through just about anything.
He's a wide fellow, but all right. If you guys really want to walk side by side, you're gonna have to
It'll
squeeze
be a little
bit.
uncomfortable, but we do it.
Fine, it just means you'll both get hit by the trap.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So as you squeeze in these kind of like uneasy beams that you're kind of squeezing and pushing up against them, they kind of shift a bit. And I'm gonna roll something to see.
Fair. Fair.
So, luckily you only shifted it very slight amount, and so it held pretty you kind of see the dust kind of fall from you, kind of shoulders kind of hitting it a little harder than intended, but nothing seems to move or shift, so you kind of let out a breath and continue through. And you're into a more open space within the church. With your night sight now, you're able to see that the church does look like it had been, bombed from above and blasted out. There's charred portions of the walls and the wood. And you see where there were supposed to be kind of like aisles and parapets and normal... There's an altar kind of further in the church. If you were to go deeper within, there seems to be a door to the back there. It's the altar's on a slightly raised. There's a few steps where it's on a more of a raised platform. A lot of the benches have been kind of damaged. either charred or, burned in places or broken. It stinks in here very badly. That sulfurous smell is pretty strong. But you don't see anything kind of lurking in the immediate vicinity right away anyway. You can tell that if you didn't have night sight, there would be a lot of darkness and a lot of dark corners. There's absolutely like no light that's shining through. Give me perception checks. So right now it's just the two of you in here.
And I give him advantage on it and just let him aid him. Or do we have to do them separately?
Do separately, please.
Okay.
Oh, that's not great. It's not great. It's going to be a 9.
Okay.
Mine will actually be an 18.
Okay, yours is an 18. So, looking around, you do notice, like, the floorboards have also obviously been damaged. There's a lot of rot damage as, when it rains, it seems like, the rain has come through and kind of swollen and rotted the wood in places. And what's odd is you would expect to see sort of like maybe usually harder dirt, some sort of foundation underneath. But you see in some portions, it looks like some of the wood had been kind of torn up and off, as if someone purposefully tore up the floorboards in an area. And you see the floor, and it's a little further in towards almost up to where the steps are that lead up to the altar, but not quite. Just in front of where the steps are, you see this. So you're a little far away from it. You'd have to get closer to make out what's there, but you see like a pile of boards off to the side. It looks like just something pulled up the floor there for some reason.
I'm more cautiously towards that. I kind of pointed out to Fudge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going
Like,
to keep
doesn't-
stumbling towards it.
That looks like someone pried these. It doesn't look like it was caused by damage.
Yeah.
What's everyone else doing?
I think I'd be following in behind, but keeping like 10, 15 feet behind Sybil and Fudge.
Okay.
I would also be going in, but I wouldn't probably want Kieran to be at the back, so I would defer to her going in front of me, I guess. So I would be probably bringing up the back.
Muffalo will be back there with you.
Okay, fabulous.
I don't know if Muffalo can fit in.
I'm gonna
That's
do
good
a
question.
roll for Muffalo.
He'll get in. Muffalo will get in there. His bare butt will get in there.
Give me a Crystal and Muffalo. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, no.
Just,
Way to break it.
I was rolling for the integrity of the structure.
I was just about to ask that.
16.
Well,
Muffalo and his big bear butt.
Looking good from here. Dex save?
Yeah.
Oh dear. 7.
Okay. So as Crystal, were you going in first or after Muffalo?
Good question, because I hadn't realized till just at the end there that Muffalo was going to be with me. So
I think Muffalo was following you then.
I think Muffalo would have been last.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay.
Kieran, did you happen to come in before then, or?
I would have came in before Muffalo for sure.
I would have
okay.
encouraged Kieran to go before me.
Then Kieran, can you give me a dexterity save as well?
Oh, geez. Yes, I will. Well, what type of dexterity save? Because I may or may not have disadvantage.
What do you have advantage on?
I don't have advantage on anything because I'm wearing armor. But if it's something that involves stealth, that's going to be with disadvantage.
No, it's just it's to avoid a falling object
Oh, okay.
or collapsing objects.
That's a 15 because I have no dex bonus.
Okay, so the only one that gets caught up in this is Crystal. As Muffalo makes his, you guys all make it through. Things kind of shift a bit. More dust kind of falls as you kind of bump the sides a little bit. Muffalo seeing everyone pass, not wanting to get left behind. Kind of tries to squish his feathers in and squeeze through. And he's small for an owlbear, but he's still, you know, fairly wide. And his shoulder kind of catches on one of the beams as he squeezes through. And he does make it to the other side and kind of fluffs his feathers back up. But unfortunately, his shoulder kind of hitting it made some of the beams shift a little bit more and slide. And one of them starts to fall down and bashes into Crystal as it falls in her direction. And she's going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And is currently pinned.
I'm going to assume that this was loud.
Yes. You hear this
Fudge is
loud
gonna-
crash.
Fudge is going to turn around and see
You
this.
hear
Dust.
me swearing under my breath.
Bunch of dust flies up.
Um,
And it's
going
not
to-
In the most unladylike way.
it's not super heavy, like you don't feel like you're being crushed actively. The impact of it hurt, and it's heavy and awkward and on top of you and pinning you, but it's not crushing you, Crystal.
Okay,
Just
I'm
so you
still
know,
annoyed.
The level of, panic you should be having right now is
Cursing under my breath, panic.
yeah.
Fudge is going to come over and try to
Just-
like lift it up off of her,
Okay.
just enough to like for her to shimmy out. Not going to try to pull it up or anything. Just lift it so she can slide
Yeah,
out.
I ain't got like no strength. I can't help in this at all.
This is Fudge's calling.
Give me a strength check, please, Fudge. It's not a hard DC, just seeing if you biff it.
That is a 22.
That's more than enough. So, one-handedly, Fudge comes up and goes, whatever you want to say, and kind of lifts it up.
He'll probably be more like buffalo, and then he'll just like lift it up a little bit.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's like you're going on a diet.
Seeing Fudge take care of that situation, I'll keep moving.
Does
Buffalo
Crystal look like
looks-
she took any damage from that?
A little bit.
I'm still okay. Well, that was unfortunate, but I'm still doing okay, I think.
Muffalo kind of nudges you, Crystal, and you look. Then he kind of like looks a little like sheepish for an owlbear.
I'll reach up and scritch him between the eyes.
He
On his
kind of
forehead.
just nudges you a little bit more in affection. You can
It's
tell he
okay.
feels bad about it.
These things happen.
Continuing forward after the drama of the beam, as you get closer, you can see that there appears to be clay tiles underneath, so as if someone built on top of whatever structure was here before.
Like they were underneath the church the whole time, or someone has come in here and started building up this clay structure since the church collapsed.
So the clay structure is underneath the wood.
Okay.
And you can give me perception if you want to try to. What are you wanting to determine after getting that information?
Well, if it's underneath the beam, so it was here the whole time, there ought to be a way to get into the structure. Where would its natural entrance be to try and look under for that?
I guess I
Well,
need to.
I guess there's two things, because there's this specific area is pried up, so what's the reason for
Is
prying
that-
up this area?
And let
Is
me,
it a-
yeah. Let me clarify
just-
something real
yeah.
quick because this might help. So
Yeah.
it's as if, so it's the wooden floorboards and there's wooden walls and everything. So someone pried up the floorboards and underneath the wooden floorboards was clay tile floor that looked much older
Okay. So
and
it's-
very out of place for the general decor and structure of what you've seen in this area and what you've seen that this church has.
So it just has, it's like a second floor. Like,
Yes.
not second story, but like
A floor. Yeah.
when you pull up your carpet and you find another floor below it.
Yes, yes. That's what you have discovered so far. And you need to get close to the tile to take note of any details if you want to do an investigation. It does look like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's worn, it's old, but it does look like there could have at one point been some patterns or designs on it.
Yeah, should keep moving forward to get a good look at it, trying to understand why it's there.
Okay.
And why someone would pull up the boards to look at it.
And what are the others doing during this time after the helping Crystal?
I'm trying to get a better look at what Sybil's looking at.
Okay, so Kieran starts moving forward.
I'll move over in that direction as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still kind of staying back far enough that if something else happens, I've got the range to deal with it.
Okay.
I'd wait until we were sure that Crystal was okay and Buffalo was okay, and everyone kind of started moving forward again, and then I as well would wander over to see what's got everything or everyone's attention.
Okay, and can oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say at this point, Fudge is a little bit more interested in making sure that we don't stumble into any more areas that are structurally unsound. So he's just going to be looking for, like, he doesn't know structures, but he's just going to be paying attention to like what looks like, fractured beams and stuff.
So you're kind of looking around, looking up. Give me another perception check, please.
That is a 12.
That's enough. Kind of looking up and around, you notice that parts of what make up this kind of fallen ceiling have some things hanging off of it. And as you kind of look and focus in, you see many things made of straw, some sort of symbol, and just as you look and focus in and you look further, you see more and more in different corners and underneath things, but they're all hanging, tied up to different beams, nails, parts that kind of stick out and jut out. It's clear this was added after the structure went into ruins. Someone came in and there's just many dozens of these strange symbols, kind of weaved out of straw, hanging. And the symbols look like this. I don't know if we can see. Can you see that? Oh,
It's
do it.
Image
There you
coming
go.
in now. There you go. Okay. As I
But
see
it's like
this,
made of straw and kind of connected. So the parts here are connected by straw, but it's like thinner. So like these parts are thicker and interwoven, braided, so they are more prominent. But obviously something would need to hold those together. So there's like thinner pieces of straw holding those two pieces together. But this is the general symbol that you see.
Do I recognize that symbol?
Give me a religion check.
If he points it out, can I do that too?
yeah,
Sure.
I mean that's
Yep.
what I was going to say. I was going to point this out to everyone. So.
Okay, so Fudge, yeah, if Fudge puts it out, you do, then
Yeah,
21.
okay.
Mine's just an 18.
Okay. Karen, you've read about this this god, and you've heard him mentioned. Like, it's one that's generally celebrated, but this symbol is similar to the symbol that you're expecting, but it looks a little different, like modified. But this is not exactly the symbol of Velis, but very similar to it. But something's off about it. You can't quite place what it is, and you're not an expert on this god, but you know that Velis is a god of the region, normally associated with several things: music, the harvest, the earth, cattle. It's a common one that a lot of farmers worship. And you know that there's also an element of mischief with this god. you don't know any specific tales about this god. You've just kind of heard it in passing, and you've seen the symbol in kind of a book before in your journal readings. You know that it's associated with the area. What else would you know that many of the people in the land celebrate him during festivals. Many pray to him. He's also been associated with taking souls to the underworld, so kind of like ferreting souls to the underworld, guiding them. And this symbol looks very similar to it, and yet not. But that's what's most prominent in your head as something that it strikes you as similar to that.
She's gonna go, it kind of looks like someone was trying to make a symbol to Velas, but they did a really crappy job at it.
Does that trigger anything for me since I'm from the area? Ish.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise you at all. Like, you, taking kind of a closer look at it yourself, you kind of nod and go, like, you weren't, were you a very church-going person before the war? You have to answer that question for me, because I don't know.
Probably been a moderate person, like not super churchy, but somewhere in between.
And would you
say
avoid
them, but she went.
And feel free to, you don't have to answer this question live if you don't want to, but did you grow up in the major cities, or were you more of a farm girl, like outskirts, rural?
Outskirts.
More the outskirts? Then you definitely would be familiar with Velas. There was many festivals as a child that were pretty fun, almost like a harvest festival similar to that, where people would bring out, their harvest. They would show, there was always a big to-do about cattle during these festivals. Like, he's very prominently known with that, and he's often depicted with large horns that curve up and out. You also know that he's a shapeshifter, so you remember that.
Okay.
And real quick, we did previously talk about Velas a little bit when we all discovered that the Prohaska family worshipped Velas, the Furbolgs.
Correct.
Yep.
And I would say, Kieran, with your 21, you would also have recalled, because that would have been kind of interesting to you, I imagine, the shape-shifting nature of this god. So you would know that aspect of it, and you would also recall that one of his favorite forms is a serpent. And that's a little lesser known, not talked about as much.
What? Was this like a good god or a bad god? Maybe something in between.
Define good. I mean, he's a trickster god, so I mean, like, I guess it depends on how you feel.
So, like, I worship Maliki, and I feel like they're a good god. So, just saying. This just seems terrifying to be in a place where someone's, like, nailed a bunch of these things up there, and then hellhounds and a floor ripped up, and this just, there's no life around this at all.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's no ritual circles or summoning circles, or no one desecrated the altar. So, I mean, if they were going to do something like that, that's the first thing you got to do is basically, desecrate the altar of the god that used to, be worshipped here, and then, put up an altar for your god and deface the one that was the former god. I mean, it's really nasty stuff. It's like, lots of blood and ichor, and
I mean, there's a lot of blood outside leading into here.
Well, I mean, that's the dogs. They eat stuff.
Well, I mean, those weren't really dogs, right? Like, they were something else.
I mean, just because it comes from the lower planes doesn't mean it's not a dog. It's still a dog. It's just,
Ain't natural.
it's a hell dog.
Ain't
I mean,
natural.
if you were from Batter, it'd be natural to you.
So,
Yeah.
so do those hellhound dogs, like, they gotta eat things too? Or,
I mean, they don't. Well, fiends are weird because they kind of like most fiends, just are. Uh, but I mean, the more bestial ones take on the habits of whatever they are. So if it's a dog and it, you know, it's hungry, it's gonna eat something.
so
Ha-
I want to look around the blood trails that, and I've got my gyroscope. The blood trails that we saw coming into the church. What happens when they hit the door? Do we still see the blood trails, and where are they going? Can I do perception check?
This would be sort of following. Yeah, I would do perception or investigation or survival for this. Any of the three I can make an argument for.
Okay, investigation,
Crystal's looking for that.
perception, or survival. I would do a perception check.
Okay.
And
Well,
what did you
Crystal's-
say?
So while Crystal's working on that, I'm gonna go head back over to where the floor's torn up. I want to finish looking at that.
Okay. Roll investigation for the tile.
16.
I was actually gonna mention about the floor as well, because Sethi's not too interested in religion beyond her own, so she probably wasn't really listening. She would be instead examining that tile floor, maybe see if she can recognize the architecture that it originates from.
Sure.
So I guess if she started that, or if Stephanie started that first, I'll walk up behind him and be like, start pointing things out that I notice. Try to assist.
Okay. That would be a history check, with advantage from the assistants. You got a 16 on your investigation?
Well, actually, on my
Cephas?
perception.
Yeah, I'll come back. I'm gonna come back to you, Crystal. But Cephas no, Sybil. Sorry, a lot of names with that sound. Sybil, your investigation was a 16? You said?
Oh, I didn't roll it yet.
Oh, okay.
That's a 14.
14. Okay. So you notice a few, like, it's very faded and hard to make out here and there, but you do see some of the tiles appear to have sort of like some engravings or painting it would be painting that was kind of faded by now of what looks to be sort of like a coiled serpent on a few of them. And others have like symbols that you would associate with the dead, like skulls, and there's you can make out a bit of a dark figure among them, among like some skulls or skeletons. It's hard to make out again because it's been kind of rubbed off. And you see that a few of them seem like a rubbed off version of that symbol again that's hanging. But it's this version of it, not the version that you're used to seeing during the festivals. What else would you see with that roll? You can also tell that these tiles, the clay that's used in them it seems to be very old. This church has probably been here for a good amount of time too, but this definitely predates the war, predates possibly the reason, like, give me a history check on top of that investigation.
Okay.
And then they'll combine it with
History. It's gonna be a 17 on history.
Okay, and then what did Cephas get for history?
19.
19. Okay. So together, as you guys are kind of looking at the clay, you will do it like this. Sybil, you kind of start pointing out the symbols that you're seeing, and you point out the clay and kind of crumble a little bit in your hand, and Cephas kind of takes a look at it, and you can tell that this clay looks pretty aged, probably at least over 100 years old, maybe more. And looking at it a little closer, you push that back a little further, and you would take a guess that this predates what you know about the history in the region. The clay is probably more like 200 years old as you kind of rub it between your fingers and think about it, and you know that predates the current settlements that are here. So it would have been like a different people that would have kind of resided here before. But the culture makes sense. And kind of you pull off some of the floorboards and other places to kind of see how it connects to the side of the wall, to see kind of how what kind of molding they use, because that can sometimes tell you a little bit about history and architecture. And it matches what you know of this region, so it's not something so obscure as like transported from some other land to here. It looks like it's just a very old, more of an ancient civilization in this area. Older civilization that predated the current culture that presides here, the modern age.
Yeah.
So remnants of that.
So I imagine as Sybil and probably Cephas went through and looking at all this, they were talking out loud about all of that.
Back to Crystal. In your investigation, you were the one with the 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do find the blood trail, and you kind of start following it, and it goes off to the other side away from where they were investigating the floorboards. And you kind of follow it, and it seems to trail towards the where the altar is, into the stairs, and you notice there seems to be a hole right underneath the stairs. And kind of, what do you want to do with the hole? It's pretty dark. With your night sight, if you look in, because I forgot you have that, you can see that the hole is on right before you hit the bottom stair, and it looks like something busted it open. And in that spot, you see remnants of more of that clay tiling, but it's curved into a small hole, and there's a ladder that leads down. But you have to kind of get inside. Let's see if I can describe this right. So there's the wooden stairs that lead up to where like the altar is, and there's a hole kind of into the stair where one of the bottom stairs kind of still intact but leans over, and the floor has got the hole in it. So you kind of have to go into the bottom stair area and then down. I'm describing that wrong. But yeah, there's a hole. You go in and then down.
All right. So basically, I see this, and I am going to go over and join the group. And can I say anything? Okay. So, well, Kieran, I followed that blood trail from the door, and it ends up over there by the stairs, and there's a hole, and it looks like there's more of them tiles like we're looking at here. So maybe we can have a look at that. But I think we should do it together. There's a ladder, but I don't think we should split up. So I'll stay here, and then we can look at these things one at a time.
Oh.
And I think we've gotten what we can from the tiles here.
What's the space between the floorboards that are ripped up on the tile? Are they sort of resting on each other, or is there like a sort of a couple foot space? Or?
They were resting on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the wood was just kind of placed directly, more or less on top of the clay tiling. And
Alright.
to get to the hole, you would have to go on your belly and kind of crawl in a bit, and then go down.
Would Kieran be able to do so in her armor?
Yeah.
I don't want to get dirty.
It's fine. Let me go poke my head in real quick.
All right.
How's that sound?
Do you like? Do you have anything like on you, like a bangle or a necklace or something like that?
I got my symbol, Maliki.
Kieran's gonna touch it and cast light on it.
Oh,
Doesn't he have night sight though?
Yeah, but the thing
only
is,
lasts an hour.
the thing is with dark vision. Dark
Oh,
vision
if
is
it's
like
pitch black, then you can't see still. Yeah.
No, it's gray. It's grayscale. So if we're walking into a place that's absolutely pitch black, all you see is defined lines. Like the perfect example of dark vision is if you're walking along like a damp floor and all of a sudden there's like a pool of acid in front of you at the same layer, you'd never know, because with dark vision there's no distinguishing between colors.
Yeah.
Everything is the same matte gray, so you could walk into danger because you can't tell what the danger looks
I
like.
also believe that you need at least some light if it's pitch black. So
No, it's like you like for dark vision, like you, it's that's the caveat. It's like you could see, but it's literally it's like old school like 8-bit green screen video games. Like,
all right, we can
everything
argue
is
about
the
this,
same
but
monochrome color.
I'm going. It's a good idea to have the light. Let's keep going.
that's fine.
We've had other rulings where they rule it the dark vision can't see in the dark at all. Like,
I'm
it's
just going by science, and science is literally like if you're in a complete black void, then dark vision doesn't work, because it needs to have some, like, even just a little bit of light from somewhere. But that's besides the point.
I will shift under there and make my way over to the edge of the hole and start to kind of peek down into it.
Cool. So you see the ladder. I speak words good. Goes down. It's sort of a narrow hole, so, but it's big enough for you all to fit. Muffalo could be an issue, but looking down, you do see the bottom, blood smeared, more of that kind of clay tiling at the bottom. Sort of this reddish clay.
Is there any like symbols along the walls going down, or is it just like the clay tiling going down?
It's just sort of a hexagon of tunnel going straight down. It's pretty tight, and it's just sort of like a clay brick.
Do I hear anything down there?
Give me a perception check.
That is an 18.
Everything is pretty silent.
Do I feel like any draft of air? Like, does it feel like any air is going in or coming out, or is it just stagnant?
It's pretty stagnant. I mean, you feel air from above kind of flowing, but nothing coming back up.
Okay, I'm gonna back up and just... Well, there's a ladder that leads down. Nothing special going down, but there's a lot of blood everywhere, especially at the bottom. How far down was it?
You're not sure.
Okay. Pretty far down as far as I can tell. I don't know how far, but
I would say, well, I guess with the combination of your vision and stuff, you'd say probably about 20 feet,
okay.
give or take.
Just far enough to hurt your ankles if you fell.
But does the ladder go all the way down to the bottom?
Yes,
I don't. Yes.
it looks like it.
It definitely looks like it.
So we just have to be real careful if we go down. But
I mean, I can.
we all can't go down all at once, and
No,
that's
it'll-
kind of the tricky part.
It would be one at a time. Yeah. And I feel like Muffalo will have to sit up here.
He could fit, but he'd have to drop down. The ladder could be problematic for him to work.
Yeah, no, he's not going to work a ladder.
Yeah. I mean, he could get down there easy enough, but getting up
Yeah.
would be a problem.
You might have to kind of shove him.
It might be better if Muffalo stays up here and alerts us if anything comes in the church behind us.
Yeah, he can do that. He can roar down.
Yeah. I'm for going down, obviously. I'd like to know more about this. I mean, it could be these symbols look weird because they're very old symbols. Or there's something else going on here. I don't know.
Well, like, I just don't, if there's a trail of blood going somewhere, there's got to be something it's going to.
Well, I imagine the hellhounds are the ones that drug it in there, but that's also an assumption.
Do hellhounds do ladders?
Yes, these ones did.
Is that
Seen a dog
likely,
do a ladder
Karen?
before.
Do you think? Like, they can't fly, can they? Like, they'd have to go up and down the ladders? And they're dogs.
It's possible the dogs just drag stuff to the hole, threw it in, and then whatever's down in the hole.
Nothing I've read ever suggests that they can fly. I mean, there are flying things from hell, but I mean, not them.
Okay,
Usually
but...
think like the hells are weird. Like things that are gonna fly, like usually, mostly, always have wings.
Okay, so I guess what I'm getting at here is something needed a ladder.
Or the ladder was
I
there
mean-
before the hellhounds came in.
Or there's something that is down there that summoned the hellhounds, which is not the thing I'm looking forward to, because you gotta really have some really good juju to summon something like that. And if they're summoned and they didn't just crawl through some crack in the hells, then yeah, it's not gonna be fun.
Well,
I
here's
tried-
an. Go ahead, Sybil.
So we have been tasked with clearing the church so they can reclaim it. This would be part of that.
That's true.
Yeah, I think we got to do this.
We have?
I'm not looking forward to it, but I think we got to do it.
We could. Hear me out. As long as this is the only entranceway in and out for whatever's down there, always just fill the hole. I don't know with what.
Well,
But-
I don't know. I can think of a few things that I heard about that filling the hole ain't gonna stop them.
Well,
I mean,
I'm just
plus,
thinking,
you'd have to bring in a whole team of people to fill this hole in.
It
Well,
is
I'm
a
sure
good
there's.
thought. Plug the hole that the bad things are coming from, but we don't actually know if this is the only way in or out.
Correct. You can always scope it.
That, and with it being still so eerily quiet around here, it could be there's something down there still that's driving out the wildlife and causing the undead to rise.
Well, I'm very willing to go down and at least start looking around. So,
I'll certainly go with you.
I think since we can only down single file, one of us that can take a little bit of a harder hit should go down first, just in case.
yeah. I'm happy to go first, or Sybil, I feel like you could take a good hit too, need be. One of us can go first.
You still hurting from the damage you took outside?
Oh, not bad. Not
Okay.
bad.
If whatever is down there, if there is something, if I'm willing to go down, but if I can stand near the edge and something goes at somebody, I could try shooting it, or I could do that. And
Yeah.
I think you can do things with spells too, can't you, Kieran? That might help as we're going down to protect the others.
I mean, I can cast a few more, but I mean,
But we
But-
gotta be careful not to use them all up, I guess.
well, yeah, I mean, because like I'd rather not drag unconscious bodies out of a hole.
Well, I think this time I'm going to, and Fudge grabs his symbol of Maliki. It lights up a little green, and then he kind of just chucks up into the air some like green and dark brown color, and it just kind of all comes down and pass without a trace. Goes out over us. We will be sneaky going down.
You're like, damn it, we're gonna be sneaky.
And real quick, before we do proceed down there, while we're still up here, because I forgot I could do this and should have done it when we first stepped foot in here, I'm going to detect magic.
I looked to see if I had that spell when we first walked in here.
I can do it at will. It doesn't even cost me a spell slot. I just forgot I had it.
You could do it at
It's been a
will.
while.
Yeah.
It's a while.
Yeah, because I have it through an Eldritch invocation.
Damn.
So
Yeah, it's
I
a
can
good
just
one.
do it all the time.
It's a goodie.
I feel like you
Okay.
just walk around constantly. What's magical here?
And what's the radius on that again?
It is a radius of 30 feet, and I will kind of pace the area a bit if I need to kind of encapsulate the whole inside.
You're sensing something below you, magical.
Well, I think to nobody's surprise, there is something magical beneath us.
Can you tell if it's big, small?
I can only tell you the school of magic, if any.
Gotcha. I don't
And-
know much about magic, so.
This is it's like a mix, and it's very hard to pinpoint. Give me an Arcana roll.
That I could detect magic, not understand it. That's a 6.
It's just this, you sense the magic, you sense there might be some dark elements to it, but there's also other elements to it, and you right when you feel like it might be one school of magic, you change your mind. You're like, nah, I'm feeling this now, and then you're like, no, that doesn't quite fit either. And you can't even say for surety like what exactly. Like, you want to say a little necromantic, and then a little illusion, and then a little psychic, and then you get hints of transmutation, and you're just confused.
I'm afraid I cannot tell you much more than there is something. It feels very anomalous.
I mean, that's more information than we had. Good to know. Look over at Fudge. Do you want to go first, or shall I?
You want to flip a coin? I got a coin. Let's flip a coin.
Sure, flip a coin.
All right. Heads, it'll be me. Tails, it'll be you.
Alright.
Came up tails.
Fine. So Sybil's going to shimmy on in. Climb down the ladder. Right? Basically, when I get to the bottom, I want to stand just far enough from the ladder that someone else can come down behind me, but not so far forward that I'm walking out in a room that I haven't really looked at.
Fudge will be right behind her, but he will tell Muffalo, like, hey, you stay up here, right next to the hole, Anything comes in here, you give us a good roar down the hole. He pats him on his head and then he shuffles down.
He kind of goes. He doesn't
Sorry,
like
buddy,
being
we'll
left behind.
No one does.
Oh, I see. That's the ladder. I'm like, what's that in the center? Is that a altar? No, it's a ladder.
Why
It's a piece of a ladder.
is this all
That is
messed up?
clever.
I need to fix this. Oh gosh.
Oh, we're changing maps. I'm scared.
I'm scared of those very distinctive shaped boxes that I'm seeing around.
I know. It's like,
So then Fudge follows.
Well, the whole tile floor thing, OOC, like to me that kind of thing is like maybe a crypt.
oh, that does not look good.
Right?
So as you fall down, or not fall down, but as you make your way down the ladder and reaching the bottom rung and taking a look around, you see that there are some iron sconces in the walls. You see more of this like reddish clay tiling all around you. You see they look wooden in this map, but they're actually made of like more of a reddish stone of these boxes all around you.
Call them what you want to call them.
Sarcophagi,
We all know it.
I guess they're very sarcophagi-esque. Everything is very still here. You do see the trail of blood continuing down the hall in this direction. Kind of pooling at the bottom, and then the drags continue to take it off further into what you assume to be an ancient crypt, based on just kind of the thickness of the air down here and what you see around you. Some portions of the wall seem to have some like water damage to it that might have trickled in from above. There's some cobwebs and spider webs kind of strewn about. Dust that looks to be disturbed in some places and not in others. Mostly intact stone sarcophagus boxes. Some have some damage to them. Some have strange claw marks on them. But that's what you guys see in your immediate vision.
At this point, Seba would probably step to here to keep an eye down the hallway that the blood trails go down while everyone else comes down.
Okay.
She doesn't really want to move out to the room without anyone else.
Is there a hall on the other side?
You're not sure. There is stone doors on either side that are shut.
Okay, so I can't control my character, but
Oh, let me give...
But
That's weird that you
That's
don't have
weird.
control. Let me fix that. There you go.
You actually want to control your character.
Fudge will step to the other side, and he'll just keep his eye on this side of the room, waiting for others to make their way down.
I guess I'll probably come down next.
And I'm doing this, we're all doing this very stealthily.
Sure.
Okay.
Clank, 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 clank.
I did pass without a trace. We're doing stealth checks.
Yeah, I was going to ask for one in a moment. I was just waiting to see
Okay.
what the rest are doing.
Mm.
He wants a stealth
I
check.
mean,
What are the rest of you doing?
I'll ask Kieran if she would like to go down before I do, and then based on that, I'll either go down after Seth or after Kieran.
I guess I'll go down before.
So,
Yeah, Kieran will come down.
all right,
Oh,
so
wise
everybody's
part.
going down, correct? All right, everybody give me stealth checks now.
Does Pass Without Trace give you advantage on stealth checks?
No, it gives
does
you
No,
just
it's
a,
not.
you
Plus
add
it.
a
10.
bonus.
You
It's
add
a plus 10.
So
10.
I'm still rolling with disadvantage, but I get a plus 10.
The
Yes.
really sad part is one of these is a natural 20, but I'm at disadvantage.
Oh, I rolled a kraken.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
You actually can use yours.
So it's a 30 or whatever.
30
Well,
plus whatever our bonus
30
is.
Plus
plus
whatever
your
your bonus,
bonus.
yeah.
Stealth plus 6,
Yeah.
so 36.
Wow.
Well,
Very, very quiet.
Yes.
thanks for the plus 10 because I have a 12.
You rolled a 2.
Well, because I rolled a 7 and a 2.
I got an 18.
So-
I got a
with my
24.
plus. I got a natural 20 and a 9, so I rolled an 18.
Okay. And Septus?
29.
Okay.
Nice.
So
sorry
you guys,
for getting us killed.
it's a group success overall. So you guys feel like you're pretty quiet. There was a moment when Kieran slipped on one of the rungs of the ladder, but I think Sybil is pretty close to the ladder. She kind of catches Kieran a little bit and helps make them land a little bit more gently.
Kieran
Use the
loudly
shield as a
whispers.
slide, so she slides down the shield.
She loudly whispers to Fudge to turn his head away as she's climbing down the ladder.
Oh, Fudge is not even looking at the ladder. He's like
He's
looking the other
hallway.
way. Yeah, he's got his shield out, spear ready. He's ready to mess some shit
Kieran
up.
wears a battle skirt, so she's got a.
That's fair.
All right.
Why do I now picture Kieran
let me
also wearing
move.
like armor for underwear? Like
You guys all
armored
in
underwear
there.
now?
Let me know
No,
if
I'm
other
pre-
people don't have control. Oh, other people do not have control for some reason.
Like
I must have grabbed
the,
this
the
from
only
somewhere
the
else.
only armored underwear I can ever envision Kieran wearing would be the chastity belt clamped onto her by Mother Superior.
That's fair.
Gotta find who has your key.
That's a whole nother quest.
It's a whole other quest.
Yeah.
That is a Bioware quest right there.
Yep.
It's true. All right, guys, you're in the crypt. I'm gonna change the music. I need creepier music.
I mean, this is creepy
You
enough.
mean
it's fine.
you mean like the Mummy soundtrack isn't bad enough for you? Like we're underneath like a church surrounded by like coffins.
Yep.
Being surrounded by sarcophagi, not really anything new for Cephas. So
Yeah.
she's kind of in her comfort zone at the moment. So she's just gonna go up to one of them and start examining it.
Okay.
At least one of us is.
It appears to be. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I'm just gonna move close enough to this hallway I can get a good line of sight down it to keep an eye out.
It's 17.
There's currently a stone door in your face, so
Oh, I
you-
thought those were open. My
nope, they are not. They're
Never
closed
mind.
doors.
Nope.
bad. I take it back.
I've recognized that lighting effect.
And there's stone doors here as well?
Yes, on
Mhm.
both sides of the room.
I was gonna say Fudge is he's on high alert.
Okay.
So he's just listening, looking. That's what he's doing.
Got it.
Yes.
Noted. Cephas, what did you get on your investigation? And which one are you?
7.
Okay, you're over there. Okay.
I'm down at the bottom. It's a 17.
Okay. So you can see there is some damage to this one. If you looked in, you might be able to catch sight of what might be inside of it. It looks like it's a very boxy shaped. It doesn't look like it does in the map. It's stone in a very square or rectangle shape, smooth stone. Very similar to the clay tiling, but of stone. So it's like that similar coloration. And there's just nothing. There's no engravings on it, which is odd. There's no name engraved. There's no pictures. It's just a box.
Does
Very smooth box.
the lid of this sarcophagus look like it is, say, unnecessarily heavy, or does it look like it is probably the weight and thickness you would expect the lid on a sarcophagus like this to be?
The stone, since there's a broken portion of it that you can kind of see inside, it doesn't look like the stone is very thick. It's almost like a flagstone, just smoothed out. So you don't think it would be very heavy to move.
Okay, so likely not built to keep something in that might be trying to get out. Probably just a normal sarcophagus.
Most likely.
Okay. Peering into the broken part, can I tell? Does it look like there is a body inside?
Peering in, you do see some rags and bone. Looks like there's something inside.
Okay. I'll look over at, I guess Fudge is pretty strong. Fudge, a hand, please.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna stomp. Not stomp. I'm gonna stealthily walk over to where Seth is
Mm-hmm.
and be like, "What do you need a hand with?
I would like to open it.
You wanna open that?
Yes. It's very strange. The outside does not have any sort of inscriptions or markings. Perhaps the clothing or decor of the body will give us more information.
Okay. Is that okay to do? Like,
I'm not overly familiar with the religion of this area, so I could not say for sure.
okay. Yeah. He'll just try to slide it over, just about like, I don't know, like a foot, not to like have it fall off or anything, but just for us to get a little better look in.
Sure. So you kind of slide it over and peer in, and you see this like dried up corpse laying peacefully. It looks like his arms kind of crossed. Seems to be the remnants of what might have once been dried vegetation. It might have been buried with. There appears to be some gold coins kind of strewn in the bottom that it was rested with. Not a lot, but a few. And some other knickknacks, things that people might have wanted to be buried with. Small wooden carving of a horse. A pendant that they were wearing that's faded and rubbed so many times, like they had once almost used it as a worry stone. It's like oddly shiny on one side, where there used to be some sort of symbol, but it's been rubbed away. But that is on a necklace around the the corpses.
Zombie.
It's a zombie.
I'm used to calling them all zombies. The corpse's neck.
I stab it.
Foreshadowing.
So it sounds like nothing in particular that would, denote this person as somebody like super out of the ordinary. Probably
Yep.
just a fairly regular person for the time that it comes from.
Give me a perception check or a history check. See if you can get more details.
So yeah, we're proficient with both of those, so it doesn't really matter. It's gonna be a dirty 20.
Okay. You would guess that this was probably a fairly prominent member of their society to be given special burial like this, and to have had the money to be even buried with items at all, especially with gold. So you gather it was probably some sort of prevalent figure. Looks. Give me medicine check on top of that.
Not as good. It's a 14.
Okay. based on the way the clothing is pretty tattered and mostly rags at this point, but it appears to be that of what once was a dress, and based on kind of the bone shape and structure of their jaw, you would guess feminine, probably a female of some prominent stature of their culture, but nothing else really is standing out to you about this figure beyond that.
Okay. I guess I'll look back at Fudge. Thank you for the assistance. You can close it back up. On our way out, if we have more questions, we can ask them.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I remember that. Yeah, I'm just gonna close it for now, and I'm just gonna slide it back into place, all as respectful as Fudge can be.
Okay.
And
Are
I
you
will.
taking anything out of the sarcophagus? Okay.
Nope. I will relay to everyone in the room the stuff that I saw and surmised from what I saw.
Well, they were inspecting the corpse. Can I be looking around here to see what if there's a mechanism that opens these doors? I don't want to pull it. I just want to see if I can identify something.
Actually, it seems like you just had to push. The door
Okay.
is slightly ajar. It's just currently more closed than open.
Okay. Wanted to make sure that we knew how to open the doors.
Yep.
Because doors.
Yes, doors. Yeah, that one looks
So-
like you just have to push it. The one on the other side is completely shut, so you'd have to kind of try to open it to figure more out, but this one in front of you is clearly ajar.
Sybil cares more about the side, 'cause this is the side the blood trail goes down.
Yes.
Does the blood trail, does it go to either one or the other, or is it confined to this crypt area? Does it lead to one of the doors?
It's leading towards the door that Sybil is at and out.
Okay.
I love this. You guys are like, I don't know what to do.
From the orientation of where we are now and the area on the main floor where the floorboards were torn up, that obviously are the ceiling of what this is, would it be, would the area torn up be under the door that is closed or the door that's ajar?
The area that's
Or
torn
neither?
give me an intelligence roll. See if you can kind of map that out in your head.
Another Nat Kraken.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. So that would be actually intelligence. That would. I'm sorry. Oh, an intelligence check.
It's a natural 20. You're fine. You win.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay.
So basically you would know immediately that it's close, but it would have put you kind of on the other side of this wall here. So based on kind of what you were thinking about, it looks like maybe they pulled up the floorboards looking for this entrance, but were wrong and had to keep looking.
Okay. All right.
Um,
I will convey my thoughts about this to the rest of the group.
and I'd like to just do two quick things in this room. Just a quick walk around and glance at the other sarcophagi, see if they are similarly smooth, no markings.
Some of them have gouge marks in them from claws, but they all look of that similar smoothness. Some of them have other variations of damage, but they all are almost identical.
Okay. And the other, with my detect magic still going, can I still sense that source of magic? And if so, which direction is it coming from?
So the magic, let me get a little thing here. I'm measuring something.
Yeah, the walls could be too thick. I might not sense it anymore.
And it was pretty faint when you did sense it. But yeah, you're not sensing it from here.
Okay.
You remember that it would have been in, like, from where you sensed it before, it's somewhere off in this direction. I'll ping again.
Okay, to the south on the map here.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, I'll just kind of keep that in the back of my mind as we move forward.
Just wait for everyone else to be ready to move forward. So once everyone looks ready, I'll press on the door.
You get a nod from Fudge.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to stand back here when you press on that door.
Probably a good idea.
I'm going to line up if I can so that I've got a clear shot through the door if I need.
And is it like 2 doors or is it a single door?
It is a single door. That's ajar.
Okay. So once everyone looks ready, I'm gonna just push on the door to finish opening it.
Yep.
Okay, you kind of shove it. Give me a strength check.
Straight strength. Dirty 20.
Okay. And as you start pushing it, it is budging and moving slowly. You just continue that motion. And Cephas, you feel something on your arm.
I look.
There's a hand poking out from one of the holes in the sarcophagus that you had opened, and it is lightly gripping your wrist, and the grip is closing. Kind of the bones are creaking, and it's trying to close around your wrist.
Does it feel like it has the strength to like really hurt and grip tightly, or just that it's a skeleton doing its best?
As you feel, it starts off as light, and as the hand closes, the grip tightens and tightens and gets stronger.
Okay. I'm gonna, because I really don't want to blow our stealth cover. I'm gonna shimmy over to Fudge and like tap him furiously.
You're gonna need to give me a strength check to break this.
Oh, it's attached to the body. It's not a hand on its own.
It's it's peeking through. It is the body that you looked at, the sarcophagus.
Okay.
There's holes in the side of it, and it has reached out and grabbed you.
Okay, rather than moving, then
it is attached.
I'll just be like, Fudge, and
what?
I'll point.
The grip is tightening.
Oh spear out. I'm gonna just jab it right into wherever the hand's coming out of. So it's gonna, like, try to sever the hand off.
Roll an attack.
I have to rely on Fudge here because my strength mod is a -1. So
that is a 14 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
It is a 7 piercing damage.
Okay. And you hear the sarcophagus start to move. The sound of stone moving.
Do I have a reaction to that?
Yeah, because it's taking a while trying to get out.
I'm just gonna plop onto it and try to hold it in place.
Let me roll Skelly strength. It continues to move.
Oh shit! gonna look around to the rest of the room. Is anyone else looking over here at this point? Because I'm clearly, yeah.
I do believe I'm still shoving on a heavy door.
Okay.
I'm probably at the right angle, given where everything is, to have that in my peripheral vision, I would think.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll for that to see if I notice?
No, it's hard to miss this activity going on. You guys, it's a fairly small room.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a hushed panic going on down here. So.
Yeah, there is a hushed panic.
Am I within
is it
range
one sarcophagus?
to get Kieran's attention?
You can give me a perception check, Kieran.
I mean, you're standing right next to Kieran, 5 foot. You can reach out and tap Kieran.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If she isn't already aware.
Yeah, that's fine. But they asked if they saw any other activity going on in the room with the sarcophagus. So that's what I'm trying to resolve.
No, I know. Yeah, I figured that part.
But yeah, my apology for the confusion there. But yeah, Crystal can get Kieran's attention, no problem. I do want to know how you get their attention. Are you tapping them on the shoulder? Are you saying, "Hey, Kieran, what are you?"
Oh, I would just try to reach out and touch her.
Okay.
Just to not say anything if I can avoid it.
Okay.
Perception. There we go. Sad, that's 14.
Everything else seems to be fairly still, apart from the panicked, hushed activity over by Cephas.
She's going to get close and like there what I see like there's a skeletal hand trying to grasp tightly.
Yep. And by that point after that happens, I'd say the sarcophagus lid is kind of shoved off and you see the figure starting to sit up.
You just let me know at what point I have this doorway where I feel like it's open enough for all of us to go through.
Yeah, you're shoving it and pushing it, and it's almost there.
Yeah, I figured it'd take a little while because it's a heavy door, but
you continue to push.
That's her focus. So.
Okay.
At this point, Fudge is just gonna go into like making stew. He's gonna just stab his spear in and just start in there and just trying to clear up a clog.
I just because you use a spear. Like you ever see the old Warner Brothers where Elmer Fudd is the Viking hunter. And he's like stabbing Bugs Bunny's rabbit hole, and he's like, "Kill the rabbit."
Yeah, that's it.
I just picture Fudge just stabbing down at
going to town on this thing, standing on the lid.
Would Crystal be able to make an attack as well?
If you want to. Go ahead and fire a gun in here, please.
No.
Oh, my ears.
Rapier. My rapier. I'm going to try to run it through with my rapier.
You're going to have to get closer, but...
Yeah, I would move to here probably, I guess, then.
Okay. And you kind of helping with the zombie soup that Fudge is trying to make?
Well, yeah, I'd like to do something a little cleaner than zombie soup. I was thinking more of a...
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
Thin fillets or something. I know.
Fillets are good too. We need that.
That makes the soup better.
Yeah, it's like a good.
Oh dear, and that's probably a miss because that is only going to be an 8.
That is its armor class. So.
Oh.
Yep.
That is.
So it hits.
It says it's an unarmored zombie.
Mm-hmm.
So that is.
So it was foreshadowing when you called it a zombie.
I was a mistake.
Now another crap roll, but that is 5 damage.
Okay.
Do I get a second attack with my rapier or my dagger?
Your dagger.
Okay, so
or no, I mean with your level 5, yeah, you can do it with your rapier. Yeah,
that's another spear with the rapier then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then if you want to do,
and that's gonna be a 11.
Okay.
And that is going to be... Oh, good lord. That's another 4 damage.
Okay,
And now
so
you can do the offhand.
It's
dagger
an
if you need
awkward
to.
angle, what can I say?
there's no need. The zombie, the grip on Sephis's wrist loosens and the hand goes limp. And the zombie kind of falls back into its sarcophagus.
I'm gonna push the lid back on. That was a close one, everyone. Stay quiet. Seth, get away from these things.
Or at least, do not open any more of them.
Yeah, no, we're not. We're not gonna do that at all.
Unless we have to, yeah.
There could
Well-
be really good stuff in them. You don't know.
We'll never know because this guy's not opening up anymore.
Don't think many of us are willing to continue to open them.
Damn.
But you've also got
Okay,
somebody who can
I-
commune with the dead, so...
I've got a high charisma. If I need one of these opened, I'm just gonna have to sweet talk one of you.
Well, Sybil missed that whole interaction, so there's that.
So yeah, Sybil's over there like, I got it, guys. Like, the door is now open.
Thanks for the help, Fudge. Thanks for the help.
Give me another stealth check, Sybil, for opening the stone door.
Plus 10. Plus 10.
16.
Okay. Door's open.
Good thing we've got that on spell
Look,
on there.
I
And let
have a
me
minus
reveal-
1 to everything that's dex.
So
What
you
do
would
we-
see that and
Great,
let's
more.
see. This door is the door on the other side of the hall is open already.
Okay.
The trail of blood does appear to continue.
I will just slowly start moving forward.
You see more
One by one.
sarcophagus on either
This
side.
is not good.
I have no interest in the sarcophagus because I'm more interested in keeping a watch down the door and let my companions do that type of stuff if they need to. So I'll move slowly across, but I will move all the way across. Unless I see something that screams trap, but she's not specifically looking for them. It would have to scream it.
I'm trying to move this over. Guess that's just as good as it's gonna get. Alright. Okay, you continue down. Everybody following?
So far.
Okay,
Yep.
Yep.
group stealth check.
And suddenly the door slams behind us. That's what I think of
Plus
every time she
10.
asks that question.
I'm
Plus
not
10, everybody.
I'm not liking any of this.
I got a total of 10.
Wow.
And
That's with the plus 10.
Wow.
17.
Which means I rolled a natural 1. Got my minus 1 on that.
Yeah.
15.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
12.
no. It could be
35.
after roll disadvantage. Hold on. No. It would have been
Still
better.
being very, very quiet.
15.
Okay. Fudge.
Sybil doesn't understand
What'd
the
you
meaning
get?
of quiet.
What did Fudge get?
Oh, 17.
Okay, and what did Sybil get? I mean, not Sybil, Cephas?
12.
12. Okay.
I also got a nat 1.
Got it. Okay.
Oh. Oh
That
no.
is...
And I got 35, if we're doing a total and a division average.
I think the nat
No,
1's
that's not how this
counted as
works.
2
It
fails.
is a group success or failure. We've got 3 failures. Actually, well, 2 of them are kind of like borderline, but basically it's close enough to where I'm going to be rolling something on my end to see something. If it was high enough, I wouldn't bother rolling, but there's 2 rolls that are questionable.
I mean, I hate to point it out, but if the natural 20 counts as 2 successes, wouldn't the natural 1 be 2 failures?
Usually, but with the pass without a trace, that does help you out.
Okay.
Why don't you like us?
Why can't any of us be stealthy?
All right, so as you guys pass through, you get to this little chamber here. You hear groaning coming from two of the sarcophagi as something has sort of awoken them a bit.
Oh dear Lord.
And you see the one here and the one here, the stones start sliding off much faster than the last one. And you see an armored hand, a skeletal hand, kind of grip the side and start pulling itself up and out.
Soup.
And you see this face, like, this undead face with a helmet on, peers up as these two undead soldiers seem to be starting to crawl their way up and out of the sarcophagus, reaching out for you. And that's where we'll end today's session. Starting next time, we'll see what happens as our agents of the Chimera Collective continue to travel down this tomb, this crypt underneath the Church of Velis, and see what they discover. See where these hellhounds are coming from.
We should have known better. Last time the Chimera Collective was in a crypt, it didn't end well for us.
I like crypts, I guess. I don't know. Big fan of crypts.
They're a good
Should have
place
just seen
to
it and
be.
went, nope. Let's go.
I know, right? We should have just basically good. Well, you know, the thing was we didn't see any water, so you know. Like if there was water and it was a crypt,
she's gonna drown us.
Not this again. I'm out. Peace out.
Someone else can deal with this, not us.
You're like, not again. All right, but this is not the only show we have, although I am going to request some help because I've been out for 2 months. So HB Fox, can you help me? I don't know what the schedule's like these days.
Yes. So actually, starting next month, starting in November, on November 8th, actually, Destiny Forged Campaign 3 is making a return. And we will be running Campaign 3 every week in a month, except for the last Tuesday of a month, which will be a continuation of Into the Wildlands until that story reaches its conclusion. We also have, I believe, I probably shouldn't say it because I haven't confirmed it yet, but I think Rojan said it in the Discord in the public channel. I believe Mass Effect is also returning on the Mondays that we are not running Chimera Collective. So keep an eye out for those two shows, this one and Mass Effect, alternating on Mondays.
I did talk to Zoro a little bit about that. I think we discussed an alternating schedule since Chimera Collective is every other Monday. So I'm not sure when she has not given me a date for when she wants to start it back up exactly. I don't know if she's given you one yet either, but we'll keep you guys tuned about that once we get it from her. So, but that's exciting. Happy to have that back. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. And then, of course, we also have on Saturdays our Wayward Wanderers and Withered Wastes. Are we still doing Sundays, or are we going back to Saturdays?
We never even did a Sunday because I said I would be available, but it just didn't happen because of other reasons, like the power of the sun cooking Rojan's house. So I think we're back to normal schedule on that.
Yeah, we'll let people know in Discord and on Twitter. Some of our schedule things, obviously, as you can tell, are still a little bit up in the air, but for the most part, it looks like all of our shows are coming back to their regular schedules, aside from Behold Lore, which I think is definitely going to be on the back burner until at least next year. Maybe January, maybe February. We haven't really talked about it yet. Other shows are taking precedence at the moment, but once we know, we'll announce it so everyone else will know too.
Could be kind of nice to have a bit of a break from Behold Lore anyway. Lets us build up lore.
Yeah,
more
exactly.
things to talk about.
I certainly don't mind taking a bit of a break from it because that gives our other shows time to play through a bit so that when we bring back cast members for that show, they have new characters and stuff to talk about. So,
Azrin, when's our next Wayward Wanderers, though? With
Because of stuff. So we were supposed to have one Saturday, but people were ill. And then the next one should be
but the next one's the next one's a no-go, right?
correct.
So that means
Yeah.
this
Because-
Saturday is maybe Withered Wastes if we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This weekend is
This
Withered
weekend,
Waste. We'll
yeah.
let you know which day it is.
Okay.
Because there are people out on the 5th, and like I need all the bodies that are in the body fight there. So the 5th is probably going to be no go.
So the 19th, right?
So yeah, ours next would be the 19th.
Well, we appreciate your patience with us, audience. We care very much about you guys. We're excited to have a lot of our shows coming back. Should be a badass winter in terms of Behold roleplay shows. And so, yeah, thank you guys for joining us. I'm happy to be back with Chimera Collective. Excited to see where this story is going to continue to go. And we'll catch y'all next time. So we're on every other Monday. So we'll see you guys the Monday after next. And we love you all. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and week. Bye.
Night.